That was really hard.
I'm proud of you.
Who likes sleeping? Wait, do you like I feel like sleeping is the worst ever. You're like literally just wasting away like 8 hours of your day doing literally nothing.
Sleeping is sometimes nice if my wife's really pissing me off. I'm just like,
why would you
I don't
say
have to
that?
deal with anybody right now. It's true. Can I not true?
Does she let you go to sleep mad?
Well, it's not about being mad. It's about being annoyed.
Oh, okay. Wait, Dan, do you have to sleep at the same time as your wife?
No, I go to sleep. She goes to sleep a little bit before me. I usually come in like half hour to an hour afterwards. But she has to wake up earlier also.
Wait, do you normally go to sleep at the same time, right, Moon?
Nope. I sleep when I want. If Peach wants to go to bed, you can go to bed. If I want to go to bed, I can go to bed.
Wait, why am I
like
so
last night, I went
cocked?
to bed way earlier than her.
I usually I go to bed between like I would say between 11 and 1, usually around 11 is like most common, and the outlier is around 1.
I feel like if I
last
go to
night I went to
sleep
bed like 10.
after my partner, I'm like in trouble. That's like always like we must be fighting or something.
No.
Like if my partner's
No,
like, I'm
that's
going to
fine.
sleep, and I'm like, okay, that's like, oh, I fucking hate you. And then if I go over to the bedroom, the door's gonna be closed, and they're gonna be angry.
That just seems immature to me, and I don't mean that in like a memey way. Like if they have to go to bed with you, it just feels,
yeah, but it also might be in a new, like if you're in a new relationship, I would expect that to be a bigger deal than if you've been married for fucking 20 years.
New
right?
relationship.
So
I'm pretty sure this is every relationship I've been in. The expectation was right up through to the end.
maybe because I had
Actually-
the non-24 thing.
I wonder if
Oh,
it's
wow.
actually. I bet it has to do with work. Actually, never mind. Because with oh my god, you know what the best feeling in the world is? Oh, I was gonna say because like with Melina and everybody else, like if they're streamers or doing the same work I'm doing, then our schedules are pretty synced. The best. There's nothing that will ever be better than this feeling. It's when your partner wakes up to go to work and you kind of get woken up by them getting ready, and then they leave and you go back to sleep. Oh my god. There's like, it's like the most magical kind of sleep. I don't even know why. I can't put into words how unbelievably amazing it is that you close the door in the house and you're just like, not like you, and it's nothing bad to do with them right now. It's just the idea that like, I don't know.
Like I'm alone again.
Yeah, or no, not even that. It's like they're going out to the world to suffer and do work and you just get to sleep, and it's just like the best feeling ever. Oh my God.
I will say that every day I do wake up mostly at the same time, no matter what.
Yeah, me too. I usually wake up between 7 a.m. to like 7:30.
I'm at 9. My alarm is at 9. I might sleep in for 10 to 15 minutes, but that's it.
What I do is I wake up at 7 and then I do a 30-minute alarm. I do an extra 30-minute power nap and then I'm fucking good.
So you wake up at 8.
No, I wake up at 7 and I do a 30-minute power nap and then I'm gone. I'm out of the bed.
Okay.
So I usually wake up at 7:30.
Wait, 7 what? A.M.?
Yeah, and then I start stream at 7:30 or 8. Yes.
My God.
Back in the day when I was I guess I kind of am a full-time streamer again. I used to wake up at 6:30 and then I'd stream at 7 a.m.
Oh, I remember those days. Wait, do either of you guys need like a white noise thing to sleep?
Yes. I use an air conditioner for it. I can't sleep. When I travel, I use an app on my phone. Can't sleep without it. No, can't.
I don't need it, no, but Peach has it's called like a hatch that like syncs up with like the fucking sun or whatever. And it does white noise too, but it kind of just annoys me if anything. I sleep with earbuds in. By earbuds, I mean like just noise canceling things, and then eye mask.
Eye mask? What is that, like an Apple thing?
No.
What the
It's an
fuck
eye
is an
mask
eye
to block
mask?
out light. I
Oh my God.
EYE
Oh
space
my God.
MASK.
I'm sorry.
You fucking retard.
Oh my God, I just boomed so hard.
Yeah, you're fucking booming out. Or I guess you're zooming out.
Not I, like EYE.
Yeah, EYE. Thinks I'm talking about fucking Apple product. You got the new eye mask? Is that a phone?
I'll tell you right now, I'm never buying Google products again.
What?
Because I'm sick of them like buying their physical products or even their online products, investing in them, and then they fucking shut it down.
Ooh, I don't disagree actually.
I'm like 100% done with this fucking company. Like they do it too often. My trust is completely fucking gone with with companies doing this shit on repeat. If I fucking buy something from you, like a Nest thermostat, how are you gonna tell me that I can't use it anymore? Like, I'm just not gonna have the fucking online controls anymore? Like, how much is it really costing you to fucking do that?
We're sorry. We shut it down.
That was the lamest fucking shit that they did that.
I bought a Furbo recently, which is for like watching your cats and shit. And I bought the expensiver one so I don't have to pay a fucking monthly subscription. And I really liked that actually. I like that new thing that we're doing. You can either pay like $60, but you'll have to subscribe each month, or you can pay like $180 and you never have to fucking subscribe ever.
Yeah, we do that for Redact. We have a lifetime plan.
That's awesome.
Like you pay once and you're done. But I like that thing too. I don't like the idea of. I try to always avoid the subscription.
Yeah.
It was just so nefarious. Them literally bricking every Nest thermostat to me is like
Wait, they bricked Nest?
Yeah, all of like the first and second and third gen Nests, you no longer have any online controls. To me, it's like so fucked that they
seems
did that.
criminal.
Wait,
How much could it really cost?
For what happened? I just got back.
The Nest thermostats,
They
right?
bricked all the first and second edition ones.
I think the third as well. Like when I say they bricked it, like you could still use it as a thermostat, but all the online controls are fucking gone.
When you
Like, you can't
say
control it from your phone.
online, do you mean like even Bluetooth?
You can't control it from an app anymore.
From
From an app.
Did the app
only
have
way
to
to use
queue
it
like?
is-
Did it have to acquire like an online server for commands, or you can't just have like a local app on your phone? I guess I don't even know how those work.
Nope. The only way to use it now is like a fucking old thermostat, essentially.
Damn. Wait, I'm trying to think for my Hue lights because I think that might have to connect to an online server as well. That's actually so
Oh yeah,
unbelievably
Hue lights, they
cucked.
do.
Oh my god! You know what would cover this possibly?
The Louis Rossman shit, or the no, sorry, not the.
You're right.
Yeah, I
You're
guess the
there.
Louis-
You're there.
yeah,
You're there,
yeah,
Dan.
The
Yeah.
stop killing games.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yep.
Like if Google wants to do this, that means that they have to fucking release the code so that someone else can go
True.
and offer this.
That's
like,
base.
and the thing is, I don't believe there's a reason for them to do this. The ability for them to continue supporting these thermostats, I think the cost for them to do it cannot be more than $20,000 or $30,000 a month. It can't, right? Because I just do not believe that could be the case for something so simple. And the fact that they're not doing that, it's just fucking, for a company Google size, like, you're gonna make me a hater for how much money, for how much savings. They must just assume that everyone will update and they'll make money from it or something.
Well, I think
don't
the
know.
issue is it's like a cost benefit thing, right? So what you just said, they're probably going to have enough people upgrade when they stop working, number one. And then number two, even though it would be not that much probably to maintain whatever servers they need for these things, if they start doing that with every single product, it would become prohibitively, not prohibitive.
But aren't you
it would be
scared
annoying.
now of Google products that they're just going to do this with the fucking next generation?
You
Like,
should
it's
be
gonna
worried
happen
about this with
inevitably?
every always online
I guess,
product.
yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. Yeah. The number one thing, I don't think it'll ever happen, hopefully, because they're so large and people don't talk about it anymore. But this is always a big fear with Steam. If Steam goes offline, your games are gonzo forever.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
is
true, actually. Yeah.
Steam is one. The other thing as well is like a lot of people. Email is a very important one. I think I could de-Google almost all of my life with the exception of email, and the reasoning is that I don't think that it would be possible for me to run a local email server with more security than what Google has. Like, because my feeling is that like there would be some security exploit that comes out that I wouldn't patch in time, or something along those lines. I just genuinely, even Proton Mail, I would count on Proton Mail getting hacked before Gmail.
What if you just like used, like had like a local email server setup and then you just had like a YubiKey for everything?
I don't think it would make a difference, but I understand the joke.
Got him. We fucking got him, boys.
People that rely on Proton Mail, I think, have a fundamental misunderstanding of how it works, by the way.
Oh, do you think if if email was made today, that it would be subscription based and like locked behind a fucking paywall?
No.
You don't think so? I think we're incredibly fucking.
I feel like email is too much of people would just treat it as a loss leader because email gets you into so many other products and services that people want you to have.
And then they do
I don't know.
ads through emails and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they do now. Are we still slingshotting? Are we in the pullback stages of AI where it's going to get even more ubiquitous across all services, or are we going to pull back a little bit? Because the AI suggestions everywhere are getting fucking annoying. I guess it's probably just going to get...
you Google shit now?
Yeah. Oh my God. My whole Google, like, I tried to Google search a thing and the whole window, like, transformed and was like AI mode. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know what was happening. I felt like I felt like I was booming so hard. It started sparkling.
Yeah.
Like, why is this happening?
Yeah. Things are changing, that's for sure. I just want my robot slave. That's what I'm fucking most pumped for.
Yeah, why don't we stop with the AI bullshit in the software world? Why don't we get the fucking hardware up to snuff?
True.
Okay? I remember reading in a magazine 23 years ago. I was still in middle school. It would have been 2003. How long was that? 24 years ago. That we would have life-size Gundams in 10 years. I don't see them anywhere. It's been over 2 decades. Where are my real-life mechas, okay? And that's not even as hard as like a full-on... Well, maybe it is because they're so big.
He's right.
Live note? What the fuck was I taking notes for here? Oh, this is for my peer show.
My thoughts on Shedeur Sanders? Very good. He might be changing how we draft this year as the Browns.
Bruh.
I'm excited to see him continue to get better, hopefully.
What is he changing? Is he going to bring in somebody that does divination, or? He's mad. He's mad because he
Did you see the tweets I sent you? I want to get you mad now.
Right. Where?
In our group chat.
Waiting for tonight when it says, "Okay, mateys, stay safe," and then
Nope.
Destiny has left
No, I'll
the
just
group.
add it. I'll just add him back.
Oh, in the dark. Oh, I see in this thing. Hey, Mutin.
Yep.
A guy and his cat were watching a Browns game in a bar.
Okay.
The cat would jump up and high-five everyone when the Browns kicked a field goal. The bartender asked, "That's pretty cool. What does he do for a touchdown?" And the man said, "I don't know. I've only had him for 2 years."
Fucking true.
That is funny.
It's funny, but it's kind of unrealistic because we don't really kick field goals anymore.
Wow.
We miss them.
Okay. I asked AI for Browns jokes. I'll stop. All right. I feel like that could apply to any team, though, so. Or it's like a vague, it's like a, you know.
No. I mean, it fits. I'm telling you. It's pretty sad.
Did you see this bullshit? Yeah, he's been angling to get that Tina Peters person out for a long time. Honestly, not that, I mean, everything's the biggest story ever, but these stories are probably the most important ones really to focus on because our biggest fear, I should fucking tweet this stupid shit instead of just tweeting rage bait all the time. Quote, as much as, even though the current administration is engaged in a number of horrendous activities, these types of things should cause the most concern. One of the only ways, one of the only ways,
You're back.
one of the few ways the Trump admin well, no, wait. One of the only ways the Republican Party can win in the midterms is for Trump to engage in election interference on a scale never before seen in this country, excluding January 2021, when Trump tried to steal the election with false elector sites. Trump pardoning or excusing everyone who assisted him of improper. Is electioneering a word? Election conduct, election related conduct in the past is a clear signal to loyal Trump supporters that he will do everything he can to excuse you from any crimes you commit so long as you help him maintain his power. Okay, do one spell check, even though it doesn't matter because I always miss them anyway. Even though the current administration is engaged in a number of horrendous activities, these types of things should cause the most concern. These types of stories. One of the only ways the Republican Party can win in the midterms is for Trump to engage in election interference on a scale never before seen in this country, excluding January 2021. Trump tried to steal the election with false elector slates. Trump pardoning or excusing everyone who assisted him of improper election-related conduct in the past is a clear sign to loyal Trump supporters that he will do everything he can. Is a clear signal to loyal Trump supporters. He'll do everything he can to excuse them from any crimes they commit. Not you. Excuse them from any crimes they commit as long as they help him. As long as they help him maintain his power. Post. There we go. Damn, motherfuckers outside honking a lot today. Oh, I shouldn't have quote tweeted him. I should have quote tweeted the Assistant Attorney General. Who is the fuck? I need to know these two lawyer names. The one who just resigned yesterday. What was her name? Haba, and she was one of Trump's personal attorneys. She was made, Alina Haba. So she was made a prosecutor as well. Was this like one of those temporary appointments where there was no Senate confirmation too, where it was past the 120 days? It's my birthday today. I turned 23. Good job, Tristan. You survived. Clappa. Feels birthday, man. Did they disqualify her because they also tried to do that 120-day trick with her? She was appointed in some crazy roundabout way. It wasn't the same as Halligan. Oh, okay. Dude, you need those bureaucrats, guys. Oh, no. You need the bureaucrats, guys. Otherwise, people, I wasn't joking when I said these guys don't know how government works. Well, before it was Trump didn't know, and he picked a bunch of people that were strong Republicans, and he's like, okay, these guys will help me. And they did, but they weren't insane like your Barrs and your Tillersons, so they wouldn't help him as much as he wanted. But now he's picked the true dick suck sycophants, but they don't know how the government works. That's the issue. They don't know the processes for a lot of these things. Can you do this? Perfect dip, perfect flip, perfect double dredge, and stuck in the landing. Wait, what? No! Oh. Oh my God!
Beautifully done.
He's such a goofball.
This guy. Did you see this Trump clip yesterday?
Hey, Jeff, you know I cannot appoint anybody. Huh? I can't appoint anybody. Everybody I've appointed, their time is expired. And then they're in default. And then we're losing patience because
I need to get that Tom guy. No, fuck. I need business leaders and I need rich people, and we all need to get together and have a conversation, okay? Because I don't know why Trump is allowed to be called a successful businessman. He has all of the makings of an ineffectual leader. He cannot do it. How can you not appoint a single fucking prosecutor, dog? It's your Congress. You have the Senate. You could do it. Just find somebody that they like. Stop getting fucked by blue slips. It's not that hard. He's so ineffective. He can't do anything. He's such a fucking loser. He can't work with anybody. He's a little fucking tyrant.
Donor class.
This guy's like the classic, like, oh yeah, I have a business and it's a single member LLC. That's what he is. But somehow he has a business. He just can't. He's so bad at working with people. Jesus. What's a blue slip?
Oh yeah, what is it?
That's where you have to find the rock wall at the other side of the town. Okay, I'm gonna try to explain this, but I could be incorrect. Okay, I don't actually know what a blue slip. I didn't know what a blue slip was until like a month or two ago, but I've heard people talk about it roundaboutly. I think I've pieced it together. Okay, I'm going full Asmongold. Okay, real quick. So let's say that we have a country that has let's say that our country has 4 different states. Okay, each of these states comprises, let's say, 2 circuits. Okay. And then up here we have our Supreme Court. Okay.
Okay.
We have our district courts. These are the first level federal courts. From there we have our circuit courts. We'll call this Circuit 1, Circuit 2, and then all that goes to the Supreme Court. These are 3 levels of federal courts. Okay. I believe that the way that districts are separated, I believe you also have the same separation exists for the prosecutor offices that work on behalf of the federal government. So for instance, we have a district that's called you hear this a lot. You see this SDNY abbreviation. So Southern District of New York, right? The Southern District of New York is a district in New York, in the South, New York City, I think. You have the Southern District of New York. And in this district, you'll have your federal judges. These all feed up into a larger circuit court. I don't remember which circuit New York is in. But you also have, on the other side of it, you have like the prosecutors, okay? Mm-hmm. Federal prosecutors, I believe all of them are appointed by, SDNY is Manhattan and the Bronx, okay. I believe every prosecutor gets appointed by the President of the United States with the advice and confirmation or whatever of the Senate. Advice and consent of the Senate. So they need Senate confirmations.
Yep.
Hold on. Are all federal prosecutors appointed, is it appointed or nominated would be the word. Does the president appoint a Supreme Court justice or nominate I think it's appointed, right? Appointed by president. New York is the Second Circuit. Okay. Okay. U.S. attorneys are appointed by the president. Okay. And then you need confirmation from the Senate. Okay. Now, I don't actually know where this norm comes from. I truly don't know. Maybe there's a good reason for this. It's probably just like a gentleman's thing. It's not like it's not law. It's just like a norm in the Senate. But, wait. I'm so sorry. U.S. attorneys are appointed. Prosecutors is a broader category. I didn't know that. I've always heard them used interchangeably. But okay, so U.S. attorneys are all appointed. Now, there's something called the blue slip rule, okay? What the blue slip rule says is, hey, there are 2 senators from every state, okay? Mm-hmm. We're all going to have a gentleman's agreement that in your state, you have an automatic veto power over any prosecutor that the president tries to appoint, even if we would nominate, or even if we would all confirm that person anyway. So let's say that let's say that the Republicans have 70 people in the Senate, okay? It's 70 Republicans, 30 Democrats, How many do you need for for an attorney appointment for a confirmation? Is it just a simple majority? It's probably, I guess it's a simple majority. It's 51, maybe. It's just a simple majority. Okay. So let's say that you have 70 Republicans, 30 Democrats. So theoretically, you can appoint whoever you want. However, let's say that you look at New York and like, okay, I want to appoint Prosecutor Glenn Beck. I think it'd be a great prosecutor, to be a good man. Now, you go to your Senate, you're like, well, there's 70 Republicans, they can do it. But let's say that your senior senator from New York is like, actually, I really don't like this guy. Can you find somebody different that I would like? And there's something called the blue slip rule where he can say, listen, no, we're not appointing this guy. I don't want him as a U.S. attorney in my state that I'm a senator of. And that's the blue slip rule. And all of the Senate basically agrees with each other. Like, okay, fine. If you're a senator, we'll give you like an auto veto over U.S. attorneys that are appointed for your state.
In your spot.
Yes, in your state, yeah. And so Trump is mad because there's a few people, when Trump tries to appoint people, he's just so ridiculously, unbelievably fucking partisan. That he will appoint literally like Adolf Hitler Jr. to be the prosecutor. And it's just such an obvious, like senator's like, no, I don't want this guy. I'm good on this one. Okay. The stash is too much for me. That is hard for anybody to argue anybody out of their blue slip rule. If you get rid of the blue slip rule, obviously then you're not going to be able to have that in the future if somebody nominates a judge or an attorney in your state. So the senators roughly kind of have this like gentleman's agreement with each other, gentle people's agreement with each other that they respect this, but yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense actually. So blue slip is basically
wait.
like a...
Apparently this doesn't exist for federal judges anymore because the conservatives ended it, according to Kafka. So.
Okay, so it's basically just like a veto.
Yeah.
It's a pocket veto for the person of their own state if they want the prosecutor or not.
Kind of, yeah. But yes.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. It is cool.
That is not what a pocket veto is.
Yeah, I don't know. You said pocket veto. I don't know what pocket veto means.
I guess I just meant
just
like
get
it's
rid
like
of
a
pocket.
veto.
It's just a veto.
Yeah. Yeah.
Loser.
I just meant like a veto in your pocket, but
Then don't say that.
yeah.
It's not in your pocket.
Because pocket veto means something. Yeah.
But yeah, like Trump should be able to find a prosecutor that he can nominate for any of these places. But the problem is that Trump just has his like personal friends, or Trump has his own cronies that are willing to do vexatious and improper litigation. And most attorneys, most judges, like most of these guys that are working here are relatively apolitical, and they're relatively nonpartisan because these guys are career people. Like you'll be a federal judge for decades. Like, and people that are U.S. attorneys, these are like the most prestigious types of prosecutorial attorney type jobs when you're talking like criminal stuff that exists in the United States. It's like your cream of the crop people, and they'll be in these positions for decades. So the idea that Trump is trying to appoint, like nobody's fucking gonna work with Halligan, that insurance lawyer, whatever. Like nobody's working with these fucking losers past Trump's term. These are literally just political partisan hacks.
She resigned, right?
I don't know if Halligan resigned or if I don't know if Halligan resigned or if she got like kicked out by the judge or by that court ruling. I don't know if you consider that resignation, but I'm pretty sure she's gone.
Yep.
And then you saw for that they were trying to do the 120-day meme. Did you see that?
Where she has 120 days to like work in there. I didn't really see this. No.
Basically, the way that it's phrased is when a prosecutor's gone, the president, the attorney general, has the ability to kind of like put somebody as like an acting attorney. So basically, they can say like, "Hey, I'm going to temporarily put someone here until we can find somebody to do like a proper appointment and then send a confirmation thing or whatever, right?" But the way the thing is phrased is you only have 120 days where you can do that. But what happened is one came in and then they were dismissed and there still wasn't a real prosecutor. And so what Bondi was saying was like, well, if I put in a new person, then that 120-day timer should go back to the beginning again.
Yeah.
And obviously, in the way that it's written, the law is written, is that once the 120 days is expired, the district court, I believe, the district judge or whatever, get to put in their own prosecutor or something. But it was ridiculous because with her argument, you could basically like infinitely appoint over and over and over
like
again.
50 people.
Yeah,
and,
one after the other. And it was just a super stupid fucking...
It's like, oh, I have another 120 days.
Yeah. The blue slip
like a lot of
started under
gotchas.
Washington, which is why the Senate strongly holds to it. Okay.
And real quick, U.S. attorneys aren't lifetime appointments. They're just 4-year terms, and the president can like let them go at any time. It's not like a federal judge.
Wait, is that true? Are U.S. attorneys usually in and out every 4 years? All of them?
Yeah. The president could just like dismiss every U.S. attorney and appoint new ones.
Because prosecutors are DOJ, not Article 3. Wait, how do you do, how would you ever do, like, any cases or anything?
Well, that's the point, is that most of the time you don't like appoint a bunch of partisan fucks that if I'm not mistaken, one of the U.S. attorneys, I think is it Weiss or whatever, the guy who Biden purposely kept on to like continue the Hunter Biden investigation. That was like kind of like an unprecedented thing. Like he purposely kept on like a Republican appointed U.S. attorney so that there wouldn't be like any sort of, optics shittery. And it was kind of a big deal.
Okay, wait. So U.S. attorneys are the chief federal law enforcement officers in each of the 94 U.S. federal judicial districts. Are there prosecutors or litigators? Are there people that work below these people that don't cycle out every 4 years, or?
Yeah, like the U.S. attorney just heads that office, and then there's career prosecutors that work within that office. That's why, like, when Trump has appointed some of these people, they just fucking quit.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, I was thinking of the career prosecutor people. How are the career prosecutor people? How are they appointed? Are they also appointed, or they are appointed?
They're
Okay,
hired
gotcha.
They're hired by the U.S. attorneys.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes more sense.
I just heard that, thought I'd jump in. Now there's somebody who actually knows what the fuck they're talking about. So, love you, bye.
Love you.
Love you too.
Ooh, he just owned you. He said you don't know what you're talking about, Steve.
True.
Damn.
I'm gonna unmod that guy. I'm sick and Dan on him. What do you want, Kafka?
Are you like on something specific, or can we talk about some Supreme Court stuff?
What Supreme Court stuff?
There's the birthright citizenship, and then there's the slaughter case that happened recently.
What are your thoughts on the birthright citizenship thing?
Have to.
Well, no, there's no way
just
that
depressing to think about.
Yeah, it's not depressing because there's no way that they're gonna do that. That they're gonna allow Trump to EO that away. So they're taking that case so they can make a strong statement on it to fight against the president, right?
Yeah. So this is.
Oh, also wait. Do you know that Leon's Law guy?
Leon's Law?
He's in my Twitter mention sometimes. He's in YouTube chat a lot. I don't know if you're public about your stuff, but you DM me, Leon. And if you're not, then congratulations. And cool, good job for you. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I think he got engaged recently. I just doxed that. I don't know what that is, but good job. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So quick catch up, everybody. There was a case, Trump v. Casa, that happened earlier this year. That was about the nationwide injunctions where they talked about birthright citizenship, but they didn't actually make a decision about it. Mm-hmm. In that case, they were like, you can't do this, but the government and Republican justices said, oh, the right way to do it is with a class action. The day the opinion came out, people filed class actions and got an injunction for that class, the class being all born and unborn people in the U.S. that could be affected by the EO. So the EO has been enjoined so that it's not affecting people right now. Mm-hmm. Those cases with the class actions are now being appealed, and the Supreme Court is saying we're going to take those up. And so there's like the main argument, I think you've seen it, that's coming up is the 14th Amendment was for the children of slaves. Mm-hmm. This goes back, so like this runs in the issue with the Wong Kim Ark case from 1898. I know you've covered that, but there's also I don't know if you've seen this, there's two laws that were passed, one in 1940 and one in 1952 by Congress that codified the concept of birthright citizenship as we like currently use it. So it's not just that there's this like vague language in the text that then got affirmed by the Supreme Court and can be overturned by the Supreme Court. There's also two laws that somewhat codify this idea into law.
Sure.
And so I agree with you where it's like it's hard to believe that they could do it, though it is the what I'm seeing is like the edge case where they're like going to split the baby and be like, okay, we're not going to get rid of it, but the argument seems to be that the justices might grant some form of only permanent residents and citizens. So any temporary visas, anybody here that's not under a permanent residence, things like that, will not enjoy birthright citizenship. So
like, I think that
illegal
I would be 100% supportive of that as a law or an amendment if it needs to be. But like, for the legitimacy of the judiciary, you cannot be on a this is the most originalist, like, or not originalist. This is the most like what was the opposite? They always use the slur like breathing document or whatever, or what do they call it?
Living document.
Yeah, living document.
Living document.
This is the most progressive activist judge thing possible, where you can rewrite hundreds of years of history of legal judicial precedent with the stroke of a pen. Because like, even if it's bad, it has to stand after centuries. Like, it must stand, or decades, I guess, if we're or no, centuries. Yeah, well, it must stand. Like, it's crazy to me that
especially from a judicial position, right? Like, if Congress wants to come in and change something,
that's what I'm saying. If they want to make a new law or do a constitution, fine. But a judge, this is the most pointed criticism that people have always had about progressive activist judges. Even if it's bad law, even if every part of the decision was bad, at this point, you're undermining everything about your institution to be rewriting this with a stroke of a pen. It's crazy.
Right, and it's also like it's crazy because if you go back and read or listen to the Costa oral arguments and some of the briefs there, they discuss how truly destructive doing this would be and how it would be impossible to truly like implement, because some states you have to have an immense amount of communication between states, because let's say one state doesn't provide the citizenship, but one does. Like, one recognizes it, one doesn't, right? And things like that. Let's say like the amount of people, the millions of people we'd have in the country that would no longer have citizenship status would be without a country, and we'd have no ability to really engage with those people or do things.
To be fair, the phrasing of the EO, I think, was only supposed to be forward-facing, right? I hate that.
Yeah, man, that would be really cool if that was. I don't know about cool. That would be better if they enforced it that way. I think we both know that if the EO gets upheld, that the Trump administration will use it to the maximal extent and use it to attack anybody that they question whether or not they were here legitimately when they were born.
You also might run into issues where they might say it's only forward-looking, but like anybody who's currently in proceedings, it doesn't count. And so you've got like people who have been 10, 20, 30 years in. Yeah.
Exactly. And the thing is like, when you look at the administrative cost, right? Think about the amount of like judicial hearings that would need to happen, the amount of like enforcement that would happen. This is all a huge factor that is an actually legitimate argument to make, and is an argument that the Trump administration made about the tariffs, saying, "Oh, we can't get rid of these illegal tariffs because it'd be too expensive to do it."
Sure.
Meanwhile, this is like in the other direction of like, we don't care about the cost, just do whatever we want.
Or even when it came time to give due process to people they were deporting, right? We don't have time. We don't have the judges for all these. That's why we're paying the money and getting them out of here.
Exactly, but in this case, they're like, "Oh, we're going to happily take on this massive cost."
Not to mention, this isn't a real problem. like our country, we might have, even if we say we have issues with illegal immigration, which we have a decent number. I don't know if it's like 15 million, 16 million right now, total, not that just came under Biden. But like, yeah, we there might be an illegal immigrant problem. But the idea that we have all these people coming here on visas, all these people that are getting illegal citizenship through their children or whatever, this is not such a serious problem that we need this massive we need this massive reconstruction of how we determine citizenship. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, the harm, the action here is apparently fixing some harm that hasn't really been materialized or recognized, anything like that. And so whenever you're seeing these massive policy shifts, like we said before, this should be through the legislative branch. It should not be in the EO. It should not be judicial. Because whenever you're making these changes, it's not the president going, "Oh my God, there's a problem that needs to be fixed, so I'm going to do something to fix it," and then just discussing whether or not that's legitimate, because that hasn't even been established here. He's just saying, "I don't like immigrants having kids here and them getting citizenship. I personally, Donald Trump, don't like it, so I'm going to change it." That's basically the argument right now. And they're kind of working backwards from that and making up these arguments that have all been knocked down. but it doesn't make sense. There's, birthright citizenship exists in other countries. It exists a long time in other countries too. So this isn't something that's unique to America. And also there are much narrower things that could be done than this EO. Let's say we are going to do it for whatever reason. There are much narrower, more direct, less cost, less expensive ways to do something like this that would address whatever the problem that they're trying to identify is.
Yeah.
Right. And they're not willing to do that, which just shows their bad faith that they'll think, which isn't surprising that they have bad faith. But the question is right now is whether or not the Supreme Court is going to actually support a full one, a partial, or say, actually, you know what, the injunction can stand because it's a class action and we're going to allow the class action to move forward. And while that goes forward, we're going to let the injunction stand. That doesn't mean that the underlying case is going to succeed. It will probably succeed in the lower courts, but it would ultimately, again, come to the Supreme Court to actually make a true decision about it.
Did I have a bad reading on this, or the whole class action thing just seemed like really ridiculous? So like if this...
It is. Okay.
Because like if this class action goes through and they win, does that mean that like people who might be affected but just weren't part of the class, they're still fair game or whatever? That whole argument, it was so fucking stupid.
If a class is established and you don't join it,
yeah,
and let's say it gets resolved, if you were able to join it at any point during the lawsuit, you can join it usually after the lawsuit. You can say, hey, I should have been in there, so I'm going to join it afterwards.
So what, you have to file fake paperwork for that?
Possibly, or they might have a time limit around it and saying, hey, for this amount of time, you have this much time. The issue with that is if, let's say it goes through everything, the Supreme Court says, this is fine, we're going to let this case happen. From that date onwards, if you're born in America, you cannot join the benefits of that judgment because you weren't alive during the case, right? Because the problem is the settlement, the judgment can only be granted to people that are alive.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and so that's a big problem. Is that then presumably you need to have another case for people that are continuing, right? So it's unworkable. It's stupid. I think we talked to death about universal injunctions on here, so we don't need to go back over that stuff. But yeah, the class action thing is a huge cope. That was it's just them delaying and creating more problems and making more trouble so that they don't have to actually, expressly say we hate immigrants and you just want them out. They're just saying, no, like this is the proper process. And then when you go through it, they go, actually, lol, we don't even care about the process. You still should lose because we hate immigrants.
Oh my God, I just got the best fucking idea in the world, but not really.
Okay.
But it would be legal warfare. I think that if they lose on this, or if the Trump admin loses on this, they should make it from now on so that federally you're granted citizenship based upon the abortion laws in your state. So like if you go to Georgia, Florida, whatever, if abortion is illegal past 6 weeks, that means that at 6 weeks, a fetus is guaranteed citizenship in the United States, no matter where they're born in the world. I think that's based cool. Because they're alive and they're humans, and if you abort, it's murder. So they're given rights, right? So they have to be under the laws and whatever of the United States. So they should be made citizens. I think that would be based, and then all the conservative states would become the new flood zones for people trying to get knocked up so that they can have U.S. babies.
Yeah. Maybe. I unironically think that if you outlaw abortion, that rights should attach to some degree and create a state obligation. But
yeah, for sure,
that's a different conversation.
Okay.
The other one that just recently happened, there's a big long oral argument. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. It was like 3 hours. Trump v. Slaughter about the removal of the FTC chair. And so this is getting us back to Humphrey's executor and whether or not Trump can fire people that were appointed to an executive position with the approval of the Senate in independent agencies, right? Like the FTC.
Okay. How is this person normally appointed? Does he come from the head of the FTC, or is he appointed by the president himself?
So yeah, the president appoints and then the Senate approves, right? And so there was a previous case about this in which they were like, lol, he can fire whoever, it's fine, except for the FTC. The FTC is our special baby. It's different. We're not going to let you do that.
Oh, okay.
So now they're suing again, and they're saying, no, the FTC should not be separate. Arguments being that the FTC exerts so much executive power that it should be under the president's ability to fire them and replace them. That being said, like the idea, it falls apart under any kind of analysis. We've had committees and positions like this for like 200 years in the U.S. The Trump administration has made a very, very like concerted effort to destroy and remove all independent agencies. They find them to be antithetical to their administration because it doesn't follow.
Yeah, this is bullshit. So there are a few offices, I believe. Are there any? There are a few that are established by the Constitution, right?
Yeah, I believe.
And then the majority.
What are you referring to?
I don't make me look. Like, is the Department of Defense? Is that in the Constitution? The DoD? Or the Department of War? I don't remember if it was specifically. I feel like there are a couple offices that are. Or maybe there are none. Are there none? Okay, never mind. Maybe none. Maybe none are established by the Constitution, but the Congress is what creates these offices, and Congress can attach special rules to the offices that they create in terms of like, I think it might be, we need to do a full constitutional reading on this term, okay? But it might be that like the president always has the ability to nominate or appoint or whatever the head of a particular office, but I think Congress is allowed to attach rules saying everybody subordinate to this guy is appointed by other people or whatever else. The president doesn't have the ability to do everything he wants within every single department in a way that Congress can legally authorize. If they want to change that, are you just going to, before I was going to challenge you and say, wouldn't they just delete these entire departments? But I guess they would probably be okay with that. They already did that with the Department of Education.
Yeah. So the big part of it is that when it comes to
also wait real quick, I called it. I'm sorry. The reason why I called it the Department of War in the Constitution is because back then it actually was called the Department of War. I think it was changed to the Department of Defense after like World War II. That's why I refer to it as Department of War, not because of this orange fucking office. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, I refer to the Department of War because I respect our president. But with these independent agencies, these are ones that are created by Congress to be what's called multi-member agencies. So there's no single head of it, right? They've got a council, and then that council might have a chairman or something. Those are usually headed by experts and not politicians and bureaucrats. And so the idea is these aren't really political in nature in the same way that other ones are. And so we don't want this to become political, so we don't want it to change with the administration. We just want it to change only if the person's doing bad or they want to retire, right? So like if it is the Department of Education, right, you are going to get approval from the Senate on that stuff, but the Supreme Court has ruled that he can remove those ones because it's not an independent one in the same way that the FTC is, and so now whenever it comes to the FTC, it's the origin of it was quasi-legislative and judicial in such that it didn't ever exert executive powers. But now, right, it's spending money, it's setting policy, things like that. And like, oh, we've got to bring it in here. The weird thing is that the court seemed to focus on the fact that Congress is violating the separation of powers by preventing the president from firing people at will from these things. But that has never happened. It has never happened where the president provided legitimate, good reason to fire someone and the Congress blocked it.
Okay.
Meanwhile, or like it's never been the case where there was actually good faith reason found to like do it, but Congress like got around it somehow. That's never really happened, and it's also never really happened where there was like the Congress like unreasonably blocked an appointment, right, or something like that.
Sure.
But then on the other side, the people suing are saying, well, look, if we remove this, the president can just remove people at will, put in people that are loyal to him, and use these agencies to enact his will in an incredibly corrupt and bad way. And the court is like, well, but what's the chance of Trump doing something like that? And so it's this real misbalance of like the conservatives very clearly like creating a reason to be afraid that doesn't exist. Meanwhile, like all the evidence in the world exists to keep it, but they won't. And so it looks like a lot of people are saying it's going to like either 5-4 or 6-3. They're going to probably let them remove the FTC chair, which is really unfortunate and a horrible thing for our monetary policy. It's a really scary thing because I think I talked about this before, where there's this like, there are infringements on rights, and then there's like dismantling of checks and balances within the government. And I personally am way more concerned about the removal of those checks and balances and the dismantling of these operations in the government that limit power. And this is one of those things, right? This is what we're seeing is this consolidation of power and the ability for Donald Trump to further exact bribes, pick winners and losers, play with, everybody's lives, because this is our monetary policy. And now he will have full reign to just put in, a full-on sock puppet to this position, and then just try to just ram through anything he can to make his numbers look good while all the rest of us suffer. Yeah. So
Well,
thanks for letting me on to cheer everybody up about the Supreme Court. But yeah, those are the two kind of really big things that have been in the news recently, and I just wanted to go over with you in case it came up, in case anybody says some stupid shit to you, like the FTC is it doesn't comport to like our history. It totally does. There's 200 years of history of things similar to the FTC and things like that. None of the historic arguments make sense. There's no reason to do this. And then same with the birthright citizenship. There's no historic argument that comes in here that makes any sense. It is purely just they want to do this thing because it's beneficial to them, and that's it. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, the fuck. I had one last thing on. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm blanking. I had something about your court case that I wanted to ask you about.
Jesus Christ.
I can see how well it's going. But god damn it.
Did it have to do with scheduling, discovery cutoffs, subpoenas, lawyers representing witnesses constantly?
Well, if I think of it, I'll hop back on. I don't want to drag the show time, but yeah, it was something good. So yeah, but anyways, thanks for letting me on. You have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, have fun. Be careful.
All right, love you.
Love you too. I think Hussein is hopping on real quick. All right, what's up?
Okay, hi. I was gonna talk to you about one or two things, but I won't take too much of your time.
Go for it.
How informed are you on Syria?
Not at all.
Not at all? Okay, amazing. IP vet, it's okay. Essentially, this whole like news, recently it's been like the Syrian like kind of like day of independence. They're celebrating like 1 year without Assad, and what they've been doing is like after the fall of Assad, and that was really influenced by the war in Ukraine, and as well as Israel kind of walloping the Iranians in Lebanon and Hezbollah. The Syrians have been kind of like having some internal struggles with like the SDF and the Alawites and the Al-Hijri and the Druze. So I guess my main topic conversation was Trump and him like constantly glazing Ahmed al-Shara while his entire like Republican base fucking hates Ahmed al-Shara because Ahmed al-Shara kind of used to be part of Al-Qaeda but not necessarily part of ISIS. So yeah.
Sure.
Do you have any initial thoughts on that?
I don't ever trust when it comes to Middle Eastern stuff, especially when it comes to Syria. I generally, when somebody starts saying like, oh, he was with Al Qaeda or he was whatever, so he was the bad guy, I usually just never listen to this person for foreign politics or foreign policy takes, at least not to the Middle East, especially in Syria. There were so many different factions fighting on so many different sides, sometimes switching, sometimes different people within like it's really stupid. Like anybody could say at some point in the Syrian civil war, like, yo, you were fighting with Al Qaeda, you were fighting with ISIS, you were fighting with Al Nusra, they were fighting with these guys. It's like, oh, okay, it's stupid, yeah.
I think an important piece of context with Al-Qaeda and Al-Nusra is that Al-Nusra specifically was like, there was Al-Qaeda in Iraq, right? And then Al-Nusra was supposed to be like a branch off of Al-Qaeda in Syria to fight against like the Alawite regime. And there's this whole like call to jihad against like the Alawites. But I think something that's important is Al-Nusra lost many of its soldiers and its recruits because it was a very like internationalist, transnational organization where it took recruits from Russia, it took recruits from America, from Europe, and it kind of like funneled them to the Syrian civil war. But they were not directly engaged with ISIS. Al-Nusra was not like allied with ISIS. It was actually very confrontational with ISIS. So when people say Ahmed al-Shara was like this ISIS guy, I was just like, that's just like insanely retarded. Because like, one, he was fighting with ISIS. Two, he lost a lot of his soldiers with ISIS and he reorganized into Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. And then three, he legit gave information to the United States which led to the assassination of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Why the fuck are they doing construction? Let me close my window, sorry.
Well, they're building shit, bro.
No, but yeah, he directly led to the assassination of Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. And he was like the one who was giving information to like the American special forces during that assassination.
Sure.
So like it's just like so obviously fucking stupid. It's just like it's every day I go on Twitter and I look at my Twitter feed and there's like Laura Loomer and there's like Tommy Robinson. They're like, oh, this guy's like ISIS's top guy, when it's just like really fucking stupid.
Sure. I
And
mean,
you
for
look at
these
Trump, and
guys,
this
a
guy,
lot
like,
of it
lays
is
them.
literally just, as cringe as it is to say, a lot of it is literally just racism, or as much as I hate to say this, because I think there are issues with Islamic people and everything, but a lot of it is just Islamophobia and anti-Arab
Oh my
like
God.
racism. Like a lot of it just
My
is that.
progressive goat, you said the word.
I know. Ugh, feels bad, man. But it is for a lot of these people. Yeah.
No, and then it's just so like insane to like see the dichotomy between like Trump like legit like glazing like Ahmed al-Shara and like giving preferential treatment to Ahmed al-Shara and like legit like hoping Ahmed al-Shara joins the Abraham Accords, when that's like obviously never gonna happen.
Sure.
With like the current like military industrial complex in Syria being and like okay, as like stupid the arguments regarding ISIS, like the military elite and like the social like the government elite in Syria right now is incredibly like Islamist oriented, because they were Tahrir al-Sham was an Islamist group. So it's just like you can give some leeway on that, but I would like if you're in a conversation, I personally wouldn't.
I would never give any leeway to, I don't give any credit or leeway to any of these
Yeah.
people. I don't give credit to Trump for favoring or disfavoring some people. He has no idea what's going on in any of these places. And as soon as somebody, when you can tell immediately some dude just fucking hates Arabs or is super Islamophobic, it's like their opinion is worthless anyway on any Middle Eastern politics stuff. Most Americans, maybe most people in the world that talk about Middle Eastern politics is kind of, it's just a vehicle for whatever your particular political ideology is. So, yeah.
No, it's insane. Also, another really thing that triggered me a lot. Do you know about the civil war in Sudan, right? The current civil war in Sudan.
I don't know much at all, other than I hear the death figures thrown around a lot, but I don't know anything about either side or anything like that, yeah.
Okay, so there's been this thing there recently. I generally think it's being astroturfed by like Russia or something.
Sure.
But there's this thing that there's two sides in the Sudanese civil war in the northern Sudan, the Sudan that borders Egypt.
Okay.
There is the Rapid Support Forces and there's the Sudanese government, the Sudanese armed forces. And the Rapid Support Forces are strictly a secular Arab nationalistic, Arab hyper-nationalistic, almost like very racist towards Black Africans militia. And the Sudanese government is like kind of Islamist, but they're at the same time they're kind of like less like racist, less like overtly like Arab supremacist. So recently there has been a lot of claims from like Zionist influencers. It's like not a good term, but there's a specific brand of like Zionists on Twitter who have been calling the RSF like Islamists and be like, oh, because a lot of the war crimes, not all of them, but a lot of the war crimes in Sudan have been committed by the RSF, because the RSF were like incredibly racist towards Black people. They're like, oh, Black people they're not really human, so it doesn't matter if we just like kill a bunch of them in like Darfur or like Al Fashir or like in the city. But they've been doing a lot of war crimes. So like to kind of like spin this, a lot of Zionist influencers, not to like disparage like all of them, but they've been like kind of saying that, oh, the RSF is like an Islamist organization, when it's explicitly the opposite. Like the RSF is like a secular Arab militia, like a secular like Arab supremacist militia. So that's something that's been bothering me a lot. I think even one of your buddies, was it Elon Levy? I think not your buddy, sorry. One of the guys you talked to, Elon Levy was talking about like Sudanese, like the RSF being like extremely like ISIS in Sudan, which is like just like patently not true.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I won't take too much of your time, but hopefully I can talk to you about Hassan, because I want to get into like the lefty arguments.
Sure things. What about it just in general?
In general, like, okay, this is the thing. I think Hassan is extremely fucking retarded on foreign policy, but maybe it's just because I don't know too much about American domestic policy, is that I don't think he's like the worst domestically for America.
Oh, maybe
it's
the
just 'cause I don't
problem.
know much.
The reason why all these topics are so boring to me is that like none of these people are like real. They're not very interesting. Like honestly, like somebody like Fuentes, as much as I hate him, is more interesting to talk about because he has like real political beliefs that he believes in and is willing to stake his reputation on and fight for. And he like thinks he like wants to exercise these in some political manner. But like Hassan is just like a fucking loser, like dick suck who just gets gaped by, you know, whatever anti-American organization wants to do advocacy through pumping cum, you know, up his ass and whatever comes out his fucking mouth. Like listening to some dude go to some fucking chiropractic place in China and talk about how great it is, but
my
he's
God, that
petrified
was
if anybody
so
touches his neck because he
Orientalist.
knows that it's all bullshit. Yeah, it's like I don't like. Why do I like doing any kind of serious political analysis? And like anytime this guy addresses me, he just calls me a rapist or whatever. Like meanwhile, this guy is banging
Yeah,
chicks
true.
in fucking brothels in Germany when he's on his little
Berlin.
frat boy. Like he's just,
Yeah.
everything about this guy. Part of his like rapist fucking frat or whatever. Yeah, it's so. And he's saying thing. Honestly, it sucks, but it's the same thing applies to Trump too. Like it's just like all of the analysis is it's like drama YouTuber stuff. Like I'm basically having to do like personality analysis to figure out like why does Trump like this guy? It has nothing to do with policy or politics. So we have to go to like, did this guy say the right thing? Does he make Trump laugh? Like, does he tickle Trump's balls? Like, does he bring him like a new spray paint for his fucking face? Like, it's just boring and stupid. Yeah, but.
You know what? I agree. That critique is like very valid. Like the Chinese, like the visit to China Hassan did was just like so orient. My Chinese friend said it was the most Orientalist thing.
Yeah, it's
he's seen in the past 10
crazy,
years.
dude. I don't know how
Dude, it was
anybody is supposed to
wild.
take anything like that seriously. It almost makes me want to go back to Israel and do like a whole like, oh my God, like look at all this like Israeli food. Like Israelis literally invented falafel and all this stuff, and just like it's so cringe. Oh my God. Yeah,
Bro, you know what? You're right. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think their thing about Hassan, I'm in a lot of like lefty circles. I got called like Hassan derangement syndrome because I'm like Hassan's takes on foreign policy are like so dog shit. Like I think Hassan's take on foreign policy is like if you like see he said this verbatim, no, like he said if you like see America supporting like one side in like a country or like a conflict, the other side is good, which is just like the most reductionist like nihilistic way to view anything in foreign policy. But
yeah, but I mean, like the thing I'm saying is that like imagine you're trying to debate some guy over like World War II history, but the guy plays
that'd be
he
fun.
just plays like Hearts. Is it Hearts of Iron? What is Hoy or whatever? Is that the game?
I love Hearts of Iron 4, but the community is like
Yeah, but like imagine this guy is just like constantly talking about what happened in his last campaign. That's over World War II, right? Or what's the fucking time period for that? I have no idea.
it's World War II. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and it's like I mean, like this is why I don't even like it when you say, or I guess you don't necessarily say it, but when you say like, oh, well, Trump is kind of right here, or Hassan is kind of right here. It's like, no, they're not. Like if somebody had their last Hoy campaign or whatever, I don't know how you pronounce it. If like Germany invaded Russia and lost, and you're like, well, yeah, they accurately pointed out, like, no, it wasn't accurate. They're talking about their fucking video game. It doesn't even matter if it happened in real life. Whatever they're talking about, the referent here is not even remotely real. And it's the same thing with Trump and Hassan and everything else. So it's like, what is like, even if you say like, well, Hassan kind of can have some good points. Like, no, I mean, like he can stumble onto some good points, but it's not
so
because
you
they're
think-
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, so you think like I think you talked about this like the baseline thinking process when what someone uses to get to a certain point. Like you start off with a question and you go, this is like how you write a research paper. Like you start off with a question, you go and look for the information, and then you come to a conclusion. What you're saying for like Hassan or Trump is like they have the conclusion and then they get a good bunch of information to reinforce the conclusion they already have.
A little bit, but a more sophisticated model is they do go out and they gather information, but the engine or the algorithm or whatever you want to call it that they're using to figure out their conclusions is vastly different. So when it comes, for instance, to let's say Israel-Palestine, okay? So I might be thinking from my foundation, like, okay, well, on a very, very foundational level, like what are things that I think are moral and right? How does that expand to a state, to a country? And then how does that expand internationally? What are your obligations to your citizens and other citizens? And then I try to evaluate the actions of both sides. From there, it's like, okay. Now, it's tempting to look at somebody like Hassan and say, oh, well, he just wants Israel to be bad, so therefore he's got the conclusion first and he'll make up anything otherwise. But that's not really what's happening. He's running a similar program as me, but his base, like, parameters or whatever are like, okay, well, I really don't like the United States, and I think that anybody that is in opposition to the U.S. or U.S. history or anything else is good, so I'm going to go and gather information, but it's just going to be in whose opposition to the U.S. and which U.S. interests are they opposed to, and if I can find those people, then I'll generate my conclusion. But they pretend that they're using a different base parameter thing, or they pretend that they're using like a different set of, because they'll use the right words, well, I need less war crimes or genocides or whatever the fuck else, but that's what the engine they're actually running. So it's not necessarily they start with the conclusion, although it looks that way. It's just that they're running a totally different game. That's why, and it's really hard, this is why I get frustrated and why I try to draw a distinction and people still aren't doing it. Like, I don't like saying that people like Fuentes are racist, even though I think Fuentes is kind of racist, or like the Trump,
xenophobic.
yes, and the xenophobia is so much different because you're going to run into these issues where, especially if you're part of Fuentes' generation, you love people like Kanye West, you love rap. It's impossible to get away from it. And Fuentes will admit this. And these people will even say, and I've heard Fuentes say this before, I don't know what his current stance is, that like, no, I don't want to get rid of black Americans. Like, they're part of the U.S. history. They're part of the founding of this country. You know, they built this country. Like, they'll say all of it. They'll make these concessions. They have no problem doing it. And so if you come in strictly under the lens of like, well, these guys are all racist. No, they're not racist. They're xenophobic. xenophobic, which is, it can be way more pernicious, it can be way more insidious, and it's harder to combat if you don't have any of the talking points about it. Yeah. And that's the issue. Yeah.
I think it's.
Oh yeah, because real quick, because people look at Hassan and be like, oh, Hassan just likes all the Arabs and he hates like the Jews or whatever. No, Hassan fucking hates Saudi Arabia. He probably, I don't know if this new Syrian dude is working with us, he probably fucking hates the Syrian dude. Like it all comes down to that U.S. Yeah, that's all it comes down to at the end of the day. So.
I mean, I think you're like saying some right. I think you're saying some good points. So do you think like essentially this is all theater for them? Like they don't really care about this at all. They don't care about the talks they talk about. They don't care about the politics.
Hassan doesn't.
Just like view as like something they can make money.
Fuentes cares. Some people on the right care. You just have to look at their actions. Yeah, but it's super obvious. Just look at their actions. How much money does Hassan have, and how happy is he to never do anything of any political effectiveness ever? Like he could be running so many on the ground canvassing operations. He could be doing so much volunteering. There's so many things that he could do to activate his fan base to go out and do political stuff. He doesn't care. This guy's been a streamer for how many years, and they've gotten zero political power basically anywhere, and they don't give a fuck about it? That's crazy to me.
Dude, I said this verbatim to one of my very far lefty friends, and he's just like, dude, you have Hassan derangement syndrome. He doesn't have the time to do these. I'm like, dude, he has so much time. Mm-hmm. He opens Twitter tabs and he streams on Twitch, dog. Like, no, it's just like, oh my god. And like going to the xenophobia point, I think it's so much more malicious to be like, oh, like the black Americans we have, they're the cool blacks, but the blacks in like Africa, these are the blacks that we don't want to come in here. Sure. I think it's like so much more malicious and like not nihilistic, but like insidious, like you said.
It can be,
like,
yeah.
For Nick Fuentes, yeah, to be like, oh, the American blacks they can stay, but we have to deport all the like the first, second, third generation African Americans from this country. Mm-hmm. But again, like they use the same to be like push back a little bit against you. They use the same rhetoric as like racist people. No.
It's harder to combat, and it's a bit different. So like the H-1B example is really good, because the thing is, for a racist person, you can fight them on the level of racism, which is already very fucking difficult, okay? But you could try to fight them on the level of racism. But a xenophobic person can be working from a totally different set of moral values. So for instance, a racist person will say things like, if you were talking about a racist person in H-1B visas, really to win that argument in front of an audience of racists potentially is like, you can try to fight on like economic grounds. Like, listen, you're saying that these people are bad for the country, blah, blah, blah. I can show you with all the data. They're not bad. Like these people come over, they make our economy better.
Yeah, they don't care about the data.
Well, for a racist audience, there are people that you can convince that way. On a xenophobic audience, they'll immediately concede the economic grounds. They don't care. They'll go to culture, right? That's where the Sam Hyde is so good at crystallizing these talking points of like, we are not exchangeable units of like economic output or whatever. I don't care if our economy is worse. I don't care if we don't have the talking points used to be, we don't need the latest iPhones all the time. Or Fuentes 10 years ago used to say, what, you think culture is just about importing a bunch of people so we can have better music and taco stands? Like these are the arguments that people make, and they're okay sacrificing huge parts of like the economy or our general well-being to maintain their cultural purity. Like they're willing to go a lot further with it than just racist people are.
But like, like? There's so much like good conversation to be had on like what American or white culture is, but I don't think they have it. No,
they not that much. Yeah. Well, because unfortunately, so this is probably, like the great man thing or whatever we kind of talked about. I think, and I feel more of this every single day and every time I see it. It's true of history too. This sounds mean. Well, no, it's not mean. Fuck it. I have all of history behind me. It's convenient for my side, I guess. But like, I think that certain ideologies probably pick certain people. Have you seen Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone?
No, I'm a Percy Jackson fan. I would never watch Harry Potter.
Fuck you. Okay, well, there comes a part where there's a subreddit for enlarging your dick with magic or whatever, and in order to be the moderator of this subreddit, you have to get the secret Janny Stone. And the issue is all of these people, okay, there's a guy called Voldecock or whatever, and he wants to be the head Janny, and they're all looking for the Janny Stone. But the guy who runs all of the subreddits at Hogwarts, the Dumbledore guy, he has it so that the only way you can become a Janny is if you don't want to become a Janny. So when Harry finds the Gunnar mirror, suddenly the Janny Stone appears in his pocket, and then he's all of a sudden the head Janny. And I think the issue is that you run into this issue, and I think you can generalize this to real life, where every time a person is super seeking power or wants to be an authoritarian or wants to be part of these movements, it almost always seems to select for kind of, this sounds on me, but like lower IQ people or dumber people, or people that are just usually responding emotionally with fear to things. And I think a lot of like racial essentialist movements and white nationalism, I think they kind of pick for people that are more afraid of what's going on in society and want to retreat into their homes or run back to the past or whatever. Yeah.
No, that's like no, that's exactly true. That's where it comes to meme like, oh, these are my white save like supremacists and like they're master race. Look at my master race dog. You see like these white
So
supremacists,
much,
they're like
dude.
30 IQ, they're fat. Yeah, no, exactly.
Like imagine how much stronger that movement would be if it's like, here's our race realist fucking movement and it's all like high IQ engineers, like the smartest fucking people, the Einsteins, not the Jewish ones, I guess, but like, yeah, but like I think there's a reason why those people don't gravitate towards those movements, you know?
Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Like it's just like it's like there's so many factors in like this like current like online like media landscape that like, it just makes everything just so like shit to talk about. Like I was in this is the one thing I talked about you last time I hopped on. I was in your Discord talking about Ukraine and like just like you can once you like see it you can't like not see it. Like the arguments they use like the debate like tactics, the debate pervertry that they use in conversations is just like it's so annoying, but it's become so widespread. It's like it's actually like
and it sucks because there's like, and I could even take, they're like edgy, I don't know if I'd call them contrarian positions, but like there are things that like I actually think we could have a form of culture testing to get into the United States. I'm not like immediately repulsed by that idea, you know? Like if somebody wants to immigrate to the United States, even on a perfect background check, like they don't, and a perfect background, they don't have any criminal history or whatever. If they're a person who's like, I think that we should, you know, like mutilate little girls' genitalia, and I actually think maybe like spousal rape is okay or whatever. Like, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world to have some type of cultural test possibly for people that are coming to your country. But that's, you can't even begin to approach that conversation because as soon as I say that, I'm in league with a whole bunch of crazy racist, xenophobic retards, low IQ, you know 75 IQ white people who are smoking meth and fucking their cousins all day. It's like, this is not my fucking ally in this conversation. Fuck this.
Well, to be fair, was it like the miscegenation? I don't know how to say that
Miscegenation,
word.
I think, or misogyny?
In Pakistan. Yeah, miscegenation. And like in Pakistan it's really high, but you know what? The far like the extreme like Islamists and like the far right neo-Nazis, they were made for each other. They're like they're peas in a pod. They're twins in a tubal. I don't know. Yeah, that's all I kind of want to talk about. But thank you so much. Also, I need to prove that I'm black. I got the white allegations. I'm gonna turn on my camera.
Wait, you're black? What the fuck? Wait, what? Hold on. Wait, am I allowed to show stream?
Yeah, sure. I'll just turn it back on again.
Hold on, you guys aren't gonna be ready for this.
Someone in chat was
Wait,
saying,
I don't believe this is
like
this is AI. This has to be a filter. Wait a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Just
dude, like I got so many white allegations in like my whispers in DGG chat. It was insane.
Hold on. I'm looking. Wait.
Are you gonna put like the blackest face beside me because I'm like kind of light skinned? Is that what you're gonna do?
No. Hold on. There. No shot. This is a filter, guys, right? This has to be like an AI thing.
All right, that's all. I'm done doxing myself.
Okay.
Okay, see you, buddy.
All right, have fun. Bye.
Thank you so much for the chat. I'll hop on later. Not later. I mean, like in a couple of days.
No problem. Bye.
All right, see ya.
What the fuck? My world just got shattered. Hi, who just joined?
It's me. It's Kafka again. Hey, I remembered what I want to talk to you about.
Yeah, what's up?
Hey, so I saw you crashing out in chat the other day about your lawsuit where you were talking about how, Doe also sharing your videos was like,
there was no
it's equal to what you're doing.
Actual ask or whatever bullshit, whatever, sure.
Yeah, and it's like, to me, I think it's important to say like this is a, like, the reason why that's important is for like two reasons. Is like, one, when you have lawsuits like this, it's because someone is like harmed and needs restitution, right? Mm-hmm. But if she's sharing it, just like think about the moment whenever she's sharing those videos, she very clearly doesn't think there's any harm, or she wouldn't have done that. If she thinks that she could get sued for $15 million if she shared that video, she would not have shared that video, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes to foreseeability. These are arguments or things that we're kind of planting the seeds of, I guess, but these are like post, you've lost the conviction and now you're on the damages argument. So I don't think these will ever come up. But yeah, it would go towards.
No. This isn't a lawsuit thing. I'm just talking about like generally like looking at the people that are like still bringing this stuff up, still attacking stuff like that. It's like, well, obviously the restitution, and she obviously wasn't really harmed by your actions,
Sure.
Right? Otherwise, she wouldn't have done them. And then also, it's the law. Like, there's the other idea of like you broke the law and you need to be punished for it. Blah blah blah. And it's like, let's say that was even true. There's nobody out here that's saying that about you. That also say Pixie.
Sure.
Right? Doe. I keep doing that. Doe needs to suffer it. Right? Like, obviously, these people are hypocritical, but it's just like this thing where it's like. I feel like there's these people that are like trying to hide behind arguments of like, oh well, no, she was hurt, or oh, the law says or something like that, and it's like if it seems very clear that she did the same thing, and if there's no reciprocity there, then very clearly you guys are all full of shit, just attacking Destiny for no reason or for a good reason because you fucking hate him.
Based.
But yeah, I mean it's one of those things where it's like in any normal court case, like. Almost any kind of court case, if you show a reciprocity like that of like actions and the claims and things like that, they die immediately. Like it is so hard to keep a case alive if you can show people are doing the same thing on the other side as you.
Yeah, I don't know if that would necessarily be considered like unclean hands or something like that, but yeah, I know that it hurts. Yeah, no.
But it's like, nah, you don't need to worry about that. But also. This was all just an excuse for me to come back and eat into my microphone and tell everybody that I'm going to be on the G&G, the Gilmore and Gondheim, however you say that guy's name, podcast this Friday. I have literally no idea how any of you would listen to it, but they asked me to shout it out. So
wait, where is that? Is that like a Spotify thing or YouTubers?
Maybe on YouTube.
Oh, okay.
It's in another Discord I'm in called The Bunker.
Gotcha.
It's some good guys. One of them was on my my eCourt show that I do with Zip. He was on there. He's a good guy.
Okay.
So yeah. No,
cool.
You have a good one.
Be careful.
All right, bye.
Somebody in YouTube chat 25 minutes ago said, Destiny, can I get a refund for the December 20th event ticket? If my wife goes into labor early, she's due December 28th, and I want to come, but don't want to waste the money. If you send me an email with your name and everything, I'll make sure that you don't get refunded, because this tells me like 3 different things about you. 1, you're thinking of skipping my event for a kid?
True.
The chances are this might be the only debate that I have with Dinesh D'Souza. You can make 20 other kids, or more if you take more wives, okay? So already bad off, okay, bad start. 2, why didn't you get her a ticket? Are you implying that you're the only one that got the ticket? Is she not coming? And then 3, if you showed up with a woman who's like 9 months fucking pregnant, you should have bought 3 tickets, because that baby, I'm pretty sure, can hear the event from in the fucking womb. So you should have bought 3 tickets for that. So if you ever try to refund your ticket, I'm going to bill you for 2 more, okay? Just how unethical your behavior's been, motherfucker. Believe you can go home. It doesn't matter where they're going. What matters is deciding to get on. CBP Home app to self-deport today. I wonder if anybody's abused the fuck out of this yet. Can you?
Go on like a vacation?
Or just like make a false, like, how do you self-deport as an illegal immigrant? Like, what? You don't even have paperwork, right? Is there no way that you could get like 500 different people all filling out this shit and doing it over and over again or something? What the fuck is JD's name? JD, what does JD stand for?
JD?
Yeah.
JD Vance?
Yeah.
Oh no. JD Vance, real name.
James David.
Donald Bowman.
What? That's not even the last right name.
JD Vance's birth name, according to AI, was James Donald Bowman. He changed it over time, eventually becoming James David Vance by adopting his maternal grandparents' surname to honor them.
Can people give birth at your events?
Hallucination?
Only if I can slap the baby. Yeah, if people want to do this shit with trans people, Trump HHS changes transgender Biden official's nameplate back to birth name during shutdown. Then can we like get rid of... And listen, for all of you want to hate trans people, fine. But then can we get rid of all name changes? Who's Ted? I don't know who Ted Cruz is. I know who Rafael Cruz is, I think was his birth name. Rafael Edward Cruz. Why the fuck do we call this dude Ted? This guy's an imposter. Give this motherfucker back his Hispanic wet name. Whew, sorry. Wait, I can say that, right? Am I allowed to say? I don't know. Never mind.
Are you Cuban?
Well, yeah, but technically it's a nationality, not like an ethnicity. I think. Like American. I don't know why I'm saying technically, it just is. Okay.
Ooh, it's from those are my people. I can use that term.
Shut up. Ooh, are we getting a real interview or a dick suck interview? Let's go! This... Okay, I can only comment on her appearance because we comment on Trump's appearance all the time. I feel like this is a sociopathic cut. This is like she's an enemy android from some movie. I don't know what
Dragon
it is
Ball
about
Z.
this, but this is just way... Oh, like Android 18, 17?
Android 6, 7.
Ha, good one.
You pardoned former Honduran President Juan Orlando Hernandez and let him out of prison, even though he was convicted in a massive international drug trafficking scheme. How is that zero tolerance on drug trafficking?
Well, I don't know him, and I know...
Bro! I need somebody to graph all the times conservatives use this comment, because I use this tactic, because I feel like they all watch my stream. They do. And as soon as I feel like as soon as I said it, it's probably just because I pointed out now that I notice it even more. This whole, like, I don't know anything about that is literally the GOAT of all debate strategies. I'm going to do that with my own court case. Somebody who tries to get me on that in the future, like, weren't you accused of blah, blah, blah? It's like, I don't know anything about that. I haven't heard of that. I don't know. I didn't read all the fucking filings, did you? I don't know anything about that.
Trafficking scheme. How is that zero tolerance on drug trafficking?
Well, I don't know him, and I know very little about him, other than people said it was like a Obama-Biden type setup, where he was set up. He was the president of the country.
He was set up? It was fake?
Country deals in drugs like probably you could say that about every country. And because he was the president, they gave him like 45 years in prison. And there are many people fighting for Honduras, very good people that I know, and they think he was treated horribly, and they asked me to do it, and I said, I'll do it.
Do you think that could send the wrong message to drug dealers?
No, I don't think so. Look, I think, when you weaponize government, they've weaponized their government just like they did over here. I'm one of the people that survived, but they weaponized the government. We had the most weaponized government. Our election was rigged. They went after me. I was impeached twice. I was indicted. They indicted me. I came out good. Here we are in the White House. Things are looking nice, but they were vicious, and they are vicious. They're sick people.
Wow. This interview is such a dick suck, no pushback at all. Well, we don't know what she says after this, so. So this just happened. Whoa! Video game clip, hold on. Why is it marked not safe for work? There's no porn in this game. There's not like sprays or whatever, right? Oh, they're in the God level, Mooten. The God level.
That's the free-to-play level.
Whoa! Ah!
What the fuck? What the fuck was that?
Rip.
I was glazing the gunplay of this game earlier.
Uh-oh.
Very good.
Oh. Oh, no. You think so?
Yep.
Do you
remember
think
that one trash game you tried to get me in? The fucking... It was one of like the Battle Royale games.
I feel like we only played like one of... Oh, wait. PUBG?
No. It was like this one, but it was like the newest one. It was like we played PUBG... Then we played Blackout, which was awesome. And then there was like one where it's like these fucking sci-fi ass guns that everybody played for a bit. Apex. That gunplay, dog shit.
I wonder, I don't know if it counts as booming. I don't know what the professionals think. I actually really like the gunplay on this game too, but I wonder if it's just because it's a lot simpler. Like there's not like fucking spray patterns or crazy one-tap things or whatever with ultra scopes. Like, so I don't know if it's like a boomer take that like, oh yeah, the gunplay is really good. I do like the gunplay of this game a lot. Yeah.
Really good. And every gun feels good, but like there doesn't feel like, oh fuck, I got like a P90. Like this gun fucking sucks.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah, the sound is really good as well. I agree.
Yeah, it reminds me of Standalone, or I guess DayZ, the original one.
A little bit.
Sound,
yeah.
like where you can hear fucking people in Arma 3 from miles away.
Did you like the Arma 2/DayZ gunplay? I think so, yeah. My favorite thing about Arma 2, I don't know if it'll ever be replicated anywhere. I think Mooten remembers, is like I think they had better sound design in that game than real life. Like when you were in Chernobyl, Like you could pinpoint, if you were standing in the center of the city, you could pinpoint buildings across the city that the shots were. You knew,
they're at the hospital.
Yeah, you knew
Like,
exactly. It was, I don't know how they did it or why, but the shots and the sound design were so good in that game. You knew exactly where people were when they were shooting. I loved it. It was so good.
It's never been better.
Oh my God. Yeah. This one is pretty good though. The Arc Raiders one is really good.
It is.
Yeah.
It is really good. I feel like the sound design is very good on this game too.
Yeah. I want to sit in my chair. Oh, the cat took his chair. Why do you have a booster seat, dog? And why is it so old? Get a new one, bro. Now you have 2 booster seats. Just fucking sit on him. Crush. Yeah.
Bro, you're speaking from a place of privilege.
True.
You're out of touch.
CBS News. Uh-oh. A single bullet took Charlie Kirk's life.
Jesus Christ.
Is there any pay to win in this game? You might be able to level stuff slightly faster with a battle pass or something. I'm not sure. I don't know.
There's no battle pass right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know then.
Or it's a free battle pass.
A single bullet took Charlie Kirk's life, leaving Erica Kirk, a widow and the leader of one of the most powerful conservative groups in the country. 3 months after her husband's assassination, Erica Kirk will join CBS News for a town hall on faith, grief, and political violence in America. The conversation, moderated by Barry Weiss, will feature... Why do I hate this person again? I feel like every time I see this person, their name is attached to some pseudoscientific bullshit or some false reporting bullshit. Am I retarded? What were they attached to that I hate so much?
Barry Weiss was like a singer.
Barry White.
Oh.
Forgot to tag you in my last message. Too lazy to retype it. Let me go ahead and stalk you then, buddy. Everyone in chat coping with this is fine. It's such a retarded or fucking retarded. Your complaints with this type of interviews. Yeah, okay, whatever.
Back to bed you go, Grandpa.
Who, me?
No. 5D Force.
Oh. She's one of the top 5 evil people in media right now. Okay. Thoughts on third-person POV? It sucks, and if you like it, you suck. Generally, I like in these types of games FPS, first-person more, but I think it's fine. I haven't had any complaints or anything with this. It handles well on everything for the most part.
Fine. I might like it more if it was first-person, but it's good.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why it hasn't come up. Maybe if we get more into this game, maybe I'll start to resent it more. I really don't like corner peeking with no risk. I don't like the idea of being able to camp. Like, I have a feeling that if I get deeper into this game, if we start playing more, like the idea of people camping spawns, like from around the corner, not the spawns, the despawns, the extract points, being able to camp those around the corner without having to risk anything, because you can I really don't like that. But maybe there are counters to it or something. I don't know.
If they added zombies and they made it first person,
I think do you need zombies so bad?
I think we'd be in the money.
Are we watching the Pierce
trying to relive the DayZ days.
I put it at 4 in my title, so you stop crying about it, okay? I might watch it sooner though. Just let me get through all this stuff. I haven't done politics in 4 days, okay? I've been playing video games. Okay, what does this say?
An assassin took Charlie Kirk's life, leaving Erica Kirk a widow.
Wait, why is this like a fucking hype video? What the fuck? I thought this was gonna be like a going over faith, grief, and political violence. I feel like this is the most inappropriate intro for... This sounds like a movie trailer. A boy with no parents now finds himself alone on an island, but comes across a magical sword and a talking cat. Can he find his way back to society and defeat the bully that kissed his girlfriend, his crush?
An assassin took Charlie Kirk's life, leaving Erica Kirk a widow and the leader of one of the most powerful conservative groups in the country. Can she help unite a fractured America? A town hall with...
Can she help unite a fractured America? What? She's a political partisan. What? What? What?
Erica Kirk.
This is my left-wing news, dog? What?
Saturday on CBS.
CBS is owned by Trump's best friend now.
Paramount.
Good tweet.
Does C-SPAN do any like talk show type stuff? Like panels or anything like that?
Kind of. I mean, they have like people like me or commentators can join and take calls from the audience and stuff.
I feel like we need to watch more C-SPAN.
Well, but it's very boring.
Well, I know, but they
remember.
need to make it less.
Fuck. What was that? I made a joke. I thought it was a relatively harmless joke, and the lady got mad at me. Fuck. I don't remember what I said. Some guy called in or something about cutting healthcare or something, and I think I said something along the lines of like, well, from callers like you, it's obvious we still need more mental health care in this country. And the lady was like, that was not very nice. And I was like, bro, this guy, come on. Come on.
But he's going to have a fun next year. But we're going to put him on the campaign trail too. Typically, just a little bit of campaign speak, if I may.
Yeah.
Typically, in the midterms, it's not about who's sitting at the White House. It's you localize the election,
right,
and you keep the federal officials out of it. We're actually going to.
Wait, is this the View Mom edition, or is this like a totally different show? The Mom View?
Turn that on its head.
Good.
And put him on the ballot, because so many of those low propensity voters are Trump voters.
Yes, they are.
And we saw a week ago Tuesday what happens when he's not on the ballot and not active. So I haven't quite broken it to him yet, but he's going to campaign like it's 2024 again.
Oh.
For all these people that he helps. He doesn't help everybody, but for those he does, he's a difference maker, and he's certainly a turnout machine. So the midterms will be very important to us. He'll work very hard to keep the majority.
Yeah, we can't
Mar-a-Lago Women Show.
afford to have this stalled.
No.
And one of the things I keep telling people, and I'm sure we're going to talk politics, I got to talk this. I am so frustrated with all of the people that gave abundantly to organizations like ours and others over the last 4 years to make sure that we won. And our objective was threefold. We didn't just want the presidency. We wanted the House, we wanted the Senate. And we were very strategic on where we went, how we focused to get those moms out. And now it's like they're all sitting on their laurels and going, oh, we're good. I'm like, I don't think you realize how good we aren't. And this with swipe of a pen and one election can change everything.
And the majorities in both houses are so small.
Right. They are.
This is a good Senate year for Republicans. Every 2 years is what it is for House members. So there's candidate recruitment. The president started raising money for the midterms the day after the election, and he's sitting on a huge war chest to help these people. And he'll use it, and he'll use himself, and he'll use his money that he's raised, probably his money too, and nobody can outwork him. So there's every reason to be confident, but we have to actually get it done.
Yeah.
Is the viewership like 200? I just checked their YouTube channel. Damn, 421,000 subs. Is this legitimate? Our favorite podcast. Oh God. Wait, this looks like torture porn. Like I'm gonna suffer if I.
Hey everyone.
Team Mom, our co-parenting journey. Like with two different, like they're lesbians, or they're two moms from different families, or co-parenting with the dad? Isn't that just parenting? Wait, I can't.
Okay.
Wait, cleft lip and palate, my motherhood journey. It looks like this baby has a bloody nose. Good.
Oh?
What? Okay. Jesus.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mom's View. I'm Colette, this is Carly and Kaylee. And if you didn't see last week's episode, we had our friend Dana on to talk about her fitness and health experience with being vegan. So go watch that if you haven't seen it. But today, we're going to talk about our favorite podcasts. I love podcasts. I've been into them. I mean, ever since.
Wait, 2019 video? Oh, 6 years ago. Oh, is this not the same people? Is it a different Mom's View? Oh, no, wait. What? Who linked this? Who linked this? This is not the same Mom's View. Whoever linked this, you should get banned. Find them in chat.
Finds him.
What?
And brings him to Alita.
Why did the lady murder the one German soldier guy with the baby Max? Do you know what I'm talking about in the basement?
Why did the lady murder the one? Oh. I mean, he's a fucking German, dude. He's a Nazi.
He wasn't like SS. He was just a German soldier.
Well, don't participate in the evil atrocities if you don't want to get fucking murdered.
Oh, so he should have just killed himself and his whole family and by fighting his country.
He should have moved.
Just move. To where? Some nearby country that is Germany would have invaded and killed?
There you could move to America.
Loser.
Your ball. Here goes your ball.
Bring it back. Oh, good boy.
Wait, why was I linked this? Okay. Is this a DGGer? Your cat's ugly. Got him. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Don't tell your cat I said that. Fuck. Was this with the talk with Dan and Mooten earlier? Neo Home Robot. Order now. Neo takes on the boring and mundane tasks around the house so you can focus on what matters to you.
This is actually Indian Project.
That's a guy in a suit, right?
It's a robot, but there's a guy on the other side of the world doing everything, yeah.
Well, I don't think you can do that, right? Or like, what would they be controlling? Like, he still needs like the fine motor skills. It's not like they're controlling every single individual muscle, no? But maybe it might be like a, what would you call, what do you call pre-renders in real life? Like a scripted scene almost or something?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like you have a preset environment and you're very carefully like scripting them out just for this environment, you know?
Yeah. It comes in different colors too.
Okay, true. Sorry. Emma Vigeland. I would know that the oh wait, why would I read the? When your two worst people are fighting each other.
To note that the inflation that occurred under Biden was in part naturally occurring due to supply chain bottlenecks and because the COVID once-in-a-lifetime pandemic occurred. And yes, it occurred.
Like we're on trees? Or?
Yeah, okay. So, well, because it's really occurring due to supply chain bottlenecks and because the COVID once-in-a-lifetime pandemic occurred. And yes, it occurred.
Like we're on trees? Or?
Yeah, okay. So, well, because of supply chain bottlenecks. That's what I'm talking about. There was a labor shortage because of COVID.
Policy choices
and then there was this thing called greedflation, which was called a left-wing conspiracy theory. But then we saw record returns for corporations in their earnings, which showed that even though prices were going up, they were still taking home record returns, these corporations. And in part, the Biden administration tried to address that with Lena Khan and more enforcement. Now Trump's in office and there are no cops on the beat. We just hit a record of credit card debt in this country, over $1.2 trillion of credit card debt. We just hit a record in terms of subprime auto delinquencies, showing that people are really hurting. And there's something like the top 1% owns 50% of all stocks and trades. This is an income inequality problem as well as
Trump
a tariff problem.
Trump is also blamed.
Okay. Would you ever go on that show? Of course I would. Hot take. Fuck humanoid robots. Just give me a working and useful robot who has a wheel to balance on and 14 arms. Well, I think the issue is that the world is built for humans, and we want to put robots in environments that we already naturally inhabit, so... That woman is from the Shay Tards YouTube channel. I recognize her immediately. What are Shay Tards?
Have you listened to any of Plackboy Max's music?
No, what is Plackboy Max?
I think he's the Twitch streamer.
Oh, then no, I haven't. He's the guy who cheated on his wife with Ari and Nina. Holy shit, how's she doing? Based. Okay. The shooting that Tim Pool survived in December of 2022 was committed by his brother, by the way. His brother was the one who fired the weapon on his property. He cannot deny this fact. Tim Pool is a brother? If you fuck a humanoid robot, is it cheating? I would just have like an extra like skin outfit for the robot so that it looks exactly like your partner or wife. And then after you finish fucking it, you always dress it back up. So then if you ever get caught or whatever, you can be like, well, look, honey, I missed you so much. I need to fuck you even when you're not here. Boom. Wait. I don't know. There you go. Also, I have said the N-word so many times. I have never gotten paid for it. Why is it that all these white people can call somebody the N-word and start getting fucking 6-7 figures worth of donations? What the fuck?
Yeah, how much? She got 130 grand?
What the fuck? Also, wait, promo plug. For my... If you want to see me and Adam Mockler at AmFest in Phoenix, Arizona, buy tickets here. I'm linking in chat. There's only so many. There's only 2 left. They're selling out right now. 2 left. So click it and buy it now. And you might be one of the only people to get one of the last 200 tickets. Good luck. It's in Phoenix.
Could be the last time you see Destiny too.
Shut up. There's too much AI. You'll always see me, motherfucker. I mean, you kind of did get paid for it now. True.
True. Say it again right now.
This. What is this? How I feel after sending MFs in the group chat.
White Ivy song.
Fuck. Wait, where's the one? Hold on, I tweeted this recently. Did I make you guys watch the when you text lowercase letters video in stream? Or was that an anything else one? I love this fucking video. Watch it again.
Kev? Oh my god! Kevin? How the hell are you, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
It's so great to see you.
Yeah.
Oh, so sorry to hear about the layoff.
Oh, yeah, no, it's cool.
8 years at the company, that's not easy.
Definitely.
And you burned a better part of your 20s, too.
Yeah, I guess so.
But hey, you'll land on your feet, man.
Yo, shut up, Unk. You're an Unk, bro.
I'm sorry?
You're literally an Unk, bro. I just cooked him, bro. He's an Unk, bro. I know, like, what?
But he's so insane, bro.
That's you in the background, Moot. Getting unkified.
I sent you a good one, but I wouldn't share that one on stream.
Wait, when?
I don't know, a few days ago.
What is this? Everything has changed me this year, and yet I am more me than I've ever been. 56,000. Why did I?
It's SpongeBob, bro.
Yeah, but what? Where was I linked this? Wait, when did you send? Did you DM me this? Hold on.
Yeah, it's the one League. It's the League of Legends one.
2 days ago. Hold on. Wait, what did he sing? Hold on. The stuff bro started singing in my ear after our 15 loss streak to get me to keep playing.
My nigga.
Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey on the Minnesota fraud case. The fraud that occurred was real. They were stealing money from kids. When that happens, you prosecute, you charge, you hold the person accountable, and they go to jail as individuals. They go to jail as individuals. What's this about?
I wanted to get your take on the fraud case that has created political shockwaves in your state. Federal prosecutors have charged dozens of people in connection with an alleged scheme to steal money from a food charity for children. According to the New York Times, some of them are linked to the Democratic Party and others are members of the Somali community. The administration is seizing on the controversy to question the credibility of prominent lawmakers in the state, including Governor Tim Walz. What's your reaction to what's been coming out?
The fraud that occurred is real. At this point, it's not just alleged. People have indeed been convicted. They were stealing money from kids that was supposed to go to food that would feed them. People were stealing money that should have gone towards housing stabilization. And when that happens, you prosecute, you charge, you hold the person accountable, and yeah, they go to jail as individuals. They go to jail as individuals because you should rise based on your own merit. You should fall based on your own flaws. The entire community of Somalis or any other community should not be held accountable. You know, Reverend, I'm Jewish, but when Bernie Madoff got in big trouble for financial crimes, a Jew himself, nobody held me accountable for that. Ted Kaczynski, you know, the Unabomber, Polish, but nobody held all the Polish people in the United States accountable for what he did. And so in America, again, you have the freedom of choice.
Oh, now I know why I was linked to this. Wait, what the fuck? This is no opinion. Frey is right, but if this kind of fraud is embedded in Somali immigrant culture, it's going to take a lot of individual prosecutions and convictions to teach people that this kind of thing is unacceptable in America. How about the number one fraudster in America right now is our fucking president? What the fuck? What's the name of the monkey looking sideways meme? Oh, I'm putting RN so I can be the fuck boy. Boom. Okay, what else? What is this? Destiny just completely missed it. I'm crying. Wait, did I not understand that post? Was he making fun of Trump or something? Did I miss it? Nah, a bunch of chat was doing the thing that used to happen with Try Harder. Okay. Unrelated, but Destiny doesn't read YouTube chat anyway. My wife is pregnant. I'm going to be a dad. I do read YouTube chat. And just because your wife is pregnant doesn't mean you're going to be a dad. It could be somebody else's baby. You don't know that 100% unless you've gotten a genetic test. Even if you got a genetic test, it might not be your baby. You could have a identical twin that you were separated at birth from that you don't know about that came back and fucked your wife and got her pregnant. She could have a miscarriage or an abortion or killed, or it could be nuked. I'm just saying there's like 20 different ways that that could not come true. But because you paired that with a Destiny doesn't read YouTube chat, which is not true, now I'm going to bully you, okay? I hope you enjoyed your bully. Just kidding. Okay. Is there any way to bring AE back? Maybe. I don't know. The biggest problem with AE was it's fun to like pop up when there's like things to talk about, but like if I don't have anything to talk about, or if Dan didn't have anything to talk about, then there's like nothing to talk about. And trying to force it, I think, is harder. So, I don't know. I am America First. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Oh, damn. Wait, what the fuck? Every time. Ben Stiller, Hollywood actor. Independent expenditures and campaign contributions received from pro-Somali interest groups. How much money does Somalia have? What? Okay. Troll account. It's a meme retard. I don't fucking know. How am I supposed to know this is a meme? There are people that would post this. It's a new meme format. Oh, okay. The only reason Marjorie Trader Brown, green turns brown under stress. Why does he keep putting that? Does he forget that he typed it the first time? Or is this a repost of the same message from weeks ago or whatever? This is a repost? Okay. Disarmed her in 30 seconds.
On your show, you said, when tragedy strikes, black people start stealing shit. What were you doing January 6, 2021?
What were we doing? Were we on tour? Were we on tour?
They're all avoiding eye contact.
No, he knows.
On tour in DC? Where were you?
No, we were on tour. We were watching on the bus. It was amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing.
What was amazing about it?
I want us to do that.
Got it.
And we would do better because they were just ugly. Like, the problem with revolution is that it will be photographed.
Yes.
So sloppy, loose T-shirts.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody got a pump. Nobody drunk their cayenne and their lemon. It's it's just not beautiful. So you're fighting the government and you look like shit. So when you die, it's for nothing. Did you see the lady that got shot?
Oh God.
Disgusting wardrobe.
Oh my goodness.
Terrible ass moments.
And our January 6th would differ because we'd be looking...
Met Gala.
Jesus Christ.
Wells Bonner everywhere.
Shut up.
You know?
Okay. Jesus. Trump did the green turn brown thing in an interview recently.
I've watched stupid people like Marjorie Trader Greene, or some people call her Taylor Greene, some people call her Taylor Brown, because green sometimes turns to brown, which isn't nice. But I've watched her say that he spends too much time on foreign. Well, by doing
too much time on foreign. Donald Trump Nintendoizes everything. You notice that? Like, whenever, like, you know how your parents, everything, I don't know if you guys actually know now, if you're younger, but in my day, everything was like the Nintendo. Like, get off the Nintendo. What are you doing on your Nintendo? And you can be like on a PlayStation 3 or whatever. Get off your Nintendo. Why are you spending so much time on the Nintendo? And Donald Trump does this thing where he cuts off like whatever you're talking about. And he just uses like the first word of it and you're supposed to know what he means. This is cyber. We're doing rare earths. It's like, I don't know. It's fucking retarded. Like, if a guy's good at, like, phone calls, he would say some shit like, yeah, he's very good at phone.
that, and first of all, it doesn't take a lot of time. I made one trip. I brought back trillions of dollars on that one trip. I stopped in Japan. I stopped in South Korea. I met with President Xi and ended what could have been a big problem.
You went to the Middle East. I was on that trip with you.
Went to the Middle East. I brought back $3 trillion from the Middle East. I sold many Boeing airplanes on that trip, like 300. When I go on a trip, I only have one place in mind. It's the United States. So when, you know, people with low IQs like Marjorie Taylor Greene, she's a low IQ person.
Jesus.
When she says it's too, but she was a loyal person until I wasn't able to answer her phone calls because I'm just too busy to answer people's phone calls. You can't call me 3 times a day.
Oh my God.
And it's just, you know, not appropriate when I have, you know, over 200 congressmen, 53 senators, 212 countries. You know, all of these people are calling, and a family. Actually, the family suffers. It's harder for me to call back the family. But when you think of what I've done, remember rare earth and the problem with magnets and all of these things that was going to shut down the whole world. I worked it out with President Xi. We have a good relationship. I worked it out with President Xi.
So
very favorable to the United States.
Does come back to the economy.
Oh, wait a minute.
Over 200? Isn't there over like 500? He's only counting the Republicans because he's literally incapable. It's inconceivable to him to work with the other side.
But I do want to talk about the economy, sir, here at home, and I wonder what grade you would give your
A+.
economy. A+.
Yeah, A++++++.
Well, it's interesting.
Pretty good.
But I do want to talk about the economy, sir, here at home, and I wonder what grade you would give your
A+.
economy. A+.
Yeah, A++++++.
Well, it's interesting.
Pretty good.
But I do want to talk.
Hold on. Sorry. Okay, I need to stop tweeting. I'm getting triggered. Wait, he's
a tremendous success.
Oh, okay. Destiny. Shine from Tombs of Scoria died from poison. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, I should spam my tweets to make you guys retweet them more. Fuentes and Hassan and all those people do that. You can look into the Don Jr. Rare Earth government contract. Company backed by Donald Trump Jr.'s firm. Now $620 million contract. No, I saw that. It's fucked. What would I mean at this point? Like, nobody cares. You think he actually believes it when he says that shit, or is he trying to be a propagandist? Trump, I think, believes a lot of his own bullshit. Not all of it, though, but a lot of it, yeah.
Everyone has an agenda. Everyone is going to try and spin it the way they want. All I said is that after that event, I was in the bathroom and someone said some really fucked up shit. And now everyone has decided to put a name to it. I'm racist. I'm a clout chaser. No matter what you do, I'm getting death threats. I have people saying, oh, I heard that you live in Delaware now, we gonna find you. Right? Shit like, better not show up to the next TwitchCon. Right? Fucker, I mean, it's in Europe, you can't afford to go. Right? Like,
Why does Reddit have its own, like, user interface wrapper that has less features than, like, the default, what is this, like, an HTML5 video or whatever? I don't even know how you, whatever. Like, why do I have to right click show controls on the underlying video and fight with the whatever wrapper bullshit they have on this?
We gonna murk your ass and shit. Like, you know what? Fuck, shut the fuck up, bro. Listen, you gotta get up for school in the morning. Just turn off the phone, okay? People will lose their fucking minds over this shit. Okay? People will lose their minds over this shit. No matter what you do, right? Here's another one. Put a name out there, you pussy.
Ooh.
If I'm not 100, and I mean 100% sure of exactly who somebody is, because I didn't know any of these people before, I still don't know them. I'm not going to say something if I'm not 100% sure, because if I put what happened to the wrong person, even if there's a 1% chance, 1%. Then I'm a fucking pussy. Then I'm a piece of shit. You know why? Because now you're actually dragging somebody who might not be real, putting something and attaching it to their name from your mouth to them. And that's worse than anything else. If you're not 100, and I mean 100% sure exactly who it was to a T, you don't do that thing. Because if you're wrong, that's the fucked up part. Well, then you should say shit.
How about 99%? Because I don't accuse people of, I don't know, the things I don't know about, I don't know. But I'm 99% sure this was the guy. Oh! The stock guy posts his shit. Uh-oh. He said this log is photoshopped Destiny. Why? Who would go through the effort of doing that? Oh, okay. Well, never mind. How does it feel to know that their flood the zone tactic worked on you too when you say things like, it's bad, but at this point, who cares? Well, it's not that it works on me. It's that, like, I can only scream into the abyss for so long about certain things. Like, other people in the media have to wake up to it too. They're getting better at it. But like, I think my audience understands at this point how fucked everything is. There's other stuff I can invest my time into getting mad at. Wait, this guy is calling out Dez. But you said the stock guy said that thing was... Quick Steelman of the Hegseth double tap and stream disagreements if you want. Oh boy. What do you want?
Ah, can you hear me?
Jesus. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yep. All right. So, basic gist is most of the conversations I think have stopped at the horse to combat status of the survivors, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know if I've heard any other conservatives say, I'm not a conservative, but I don't know if I've ever heard them say and go further that if you grant that the target is not the survivors, but the shipwreck, which kind of depends on the footage that hasn't been released. If like the shipwreck has drugs on it and they think that's a valid target, then they can still target the shipwreck, and then you go to proportionality for the survivors that are nearby.
I understand what you're saying. I don't know though I don't know how you would apply like rules of war to that, because proportionality is supposed to be with respect to some military objective. But it's not like we're at war with Venezuela and this is helping us secure some military objective, right?
Well, yeah, I think you have to concede that in the first place to go down to the point where you're placing these people in horse to combat, because like otherwise they'd be civilians, right?
Well, they are
I
kind
think,
of civilians, unfortunately. Like they're probably always horse to combat.
Yeah. I don't think you should get to this point in any conversation, but the fact is that people are accepting the fact that this is a valid strike in the first place.
Well, I don't know who's accepting that besides people in the Trump admin, which they'll accept anything that favors their stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, basically, if they are horse to combat, if it is valid to target the boat, then the side effect is that I think you're prohibited from doing excess civilian casualties, but even protected military personnel and objects, such as the horse to combat, can be incidentally hurt. They just have to pass like a feasibility precaution standard.
So you have to grant so much to get to this point. You have to grant that they're valid strikes in the first place. So there's some type of war. Then you would have to grant that in terms of distinction, that like somehow the drugs serve some end to the military conflict that you can do a proportionality assessment on. But even if I were to grant you all the way down to that, it's probably going to be almost impossible for me to believe that the United States, because technically you're supposed to do what you can to evacuate or to combat people, but that might not always be possible. But like in this situation, they could stare at them for 41 minutes. They could have. It's very hard to imagine that this is such a dire situation. It was like now or never. I think they would have had a stronger argument if it was just like shooting 2 missiles, but the fact they're waiting 41 minutes in between, probably not.
Yeah, I think it's like absurd, and definitely some war crimes are happening. But since I've seen it come down to the point of like the horse combat discussion, then I would argue that you kind of try to stop it above at the is this even like a valid target in the first place?
Yeah, you should.
I don't think it is.
But even if it's not, and you do grant that status and you do the assessment, I don't think you would win even on that assessment there.
Yeah. Part of this is like, I guess, the declaration of a hostile force. So I was reading some of that, whatever the document that was brought up in the WIC panel, and it says that in order to declare a hostile force, only certain people may do that. So it's going to come up to like probably Hegseth or Trump's EO or something like that as the what determines that these are valid targets, and then you'd have to basically fight the EO and say, hey, this is bullshit.
Sure.
At that point, so I don't know where that gets fought. Is that a military tribunal where they argue over an EO, or
I mean, presidents shouldn't be able to declare war via EO, but who knows? We'll see.
Right. Yep. That's all I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
So,
have fun. Be careful.
They said that was Dez and all that shit. If it was the case, if it's the case that is Dez that actually said that shit, bro, we gotta handle our emotions differently, gang. Like, come on, bro. Like, dead ass. Like, that's. Come on, bro. We fit in the fucking stereotype at that point, gang. Like, what are we talking about, bro? We dead ass gotta control our emotions, bro. Like, what is this emotional ass shit we doing?
Is your rage? He's a little older, isn't he? Am I like doxing this guy? 28. Not to, I mean, you shouldn't say things like this regardless, obviously, but maybe I just have too much sympathy for fucking 20, 21-year-olds. I don't know. My guess is the other guy, all the other people at that table looked, or a lot of them looked really young. But I mean, obviously you should never say shit like this anyway, yeah? Oh, what else do we have here? Whoa. Dude, I'm like traumatized from popcorn. I ate that popcorn like 3 days ago on stream. I got a kernel stuck so hard between my teeth, it took me like an hour and a half, like the next day, to get it out. And now I don't know if I can eat any anymore. I feel like I'm traumatized. Holy shit. And I don't trust it. Don't you have toothpicks? Bro, this thing was, it was like in another dimension. I had to floss, pick, it was so much stuff. Swish water, and there was, oh my God. I was hitting that thing from 52 different angles.
Anything like that. I'm so confused. Like, did you really tell her even think of anything like that? I'm so confused. Like, did you really tell that woman that? Are you losing your mind?
Well, like,
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm saying.
Okay, so.
I'm saying the only thing the reason why I said that is because she said what she said.
Regardless of the fact that is not how you carry yourself. That is not how you talk to a woman. First of all, I raised you way better than that. So guess what? Your ass is coming home since you think you're grown. I'm booking your flight tomorrow. So pack.
God damn. Why was he streaming that? Brian Shapiro's about to debate Rob Noor on his show? Wait, for like 20 minutes, or is it a full debate? Wait, link that. This is us, DGG chat. That's what you guys are like every time I say Obama, by the way. Pisco debates Dr. Avi on Drug Boat. Oh, fuck, guys, there's so many videos open. I can't watch all these. Wait, this is what he said.
No.
Oh, we watched this, didn't we?
She never bought it. She put it back.
Yeah, we watched this.
She dick sucked in. I'm not saying, or let's see if she dick sucked in. I'm not saying, I'm not, bro, word to bro, I'm not defending nobody, because regardless of what it is, once you are like talking about SA, I can't respect that. Like, I can't respect that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got 3 sisters and a mother. I can't respect that. You know what I'm saying? Once you talk about SA, I can't respect anything like that, bro, because I would never want that to happen to my sister. I would never want that to happen to my mom. It's as simple as that. It's facts. But I'm just saying, I know how shit can get misinterpreted, bro. What I'm saying is, bro, I always leave room to spare, because I don't want to sit here and jump on the shit. And the whole time you're wrong. And the whole time you're wrong. And then you gotta be like, not because I have a support base, and now it's like I'm turning my entire support base to hate on this person, and it could have been misinterpreted the entirely wrong way. You never know.
Des, I ain't gonna lie, just come clear this shit up. If you did it, admit you did it, apologize, say what you gotta say. And if you didn't, say why niggas are the same as you again. Like, come on. This is some shit that can't get ignored, low key.
No,
you can't ignore this shit.
You can't ignore it.
You can't ignore this shit.
This can't get swept under the rug. It can't get swept under the rug. This has to be.
It has to be 24 hours, gang.
What?
No cap.
Wait, so you want his ass?
Nah, bro, that's crazy. You can't have the internet. If you
Yeah,
can't have the internet, think you say some crazy shit.
Facts. I ain't gonna lie.
I feel like the longer.
Same day I would have been lying.
Yeah, because
nigga, what?
I'm here, nigga.
I say, oh!
Nigga say I said some crazy. Nigga, what? I'm fucking live with it. What are you, fool? What I say, nigga? What? If I hear some caption about me, what? You crazy?
Facts. That's a fact.
I mean, if he hasn't responded at all yet, it seems like Because that's an easy, like, that wasn't me, no? Hello?
Hey, Steve.
What's up?
I see you might play Arc Raiders later.
Why, are you any good?
I'm pretty good at like all games.
Do you even have this game?
Yeah, but I got it and I changed my outfit for my character to look cute, and then I didn't play it, but I played it a little bit after.
Queue a few, and I'll check your stream out, and we'll do a audition evaluation, okay?
What, dude?
Try it.
Listen,
I need to see you first.
I'll be. All right, I'll do that.
Okay, bye.
I'll see you later. Bye.
Can you explain what 6-7 means to people who are not terminally online? It's like an anti-meme absurdist a little bit. I don't know what it comes from, but I think somebody was counting something or said something, and they were like 6, 7, like this, and for some reason it caught on as a fucking huge meme. I never saw the original. I have no idea where it comes from initially, but in a rap song. Oh, okay. I have no clue. The scariest thing ever caught on a hot mic. The death is irreversible. The fact that she's trapped. Wait, what? Queen Elizabeth's funeral broadcast interruption.
The death is irreversible, and the fact that she's trapped.
As you can see.
A voice cuts in saying that death is irreversible, and the fact that she is trapped before it was cut.
Here in London, it is a lovely day, and as the hearse heads out into West London.
What, like they buried her alive? Or she's like a zombie vampire? I don't know. The original video of 6-7 Kid. No, that's not it. It comes from this song.
That I can't pass the neck trap. I don't need my broke up into the behind. When that shit, I don't need that. A highway. Sitting in the driveway.
Is this considered mumble rap? Oh, dude, I'm having a boomer moment right now. Oh, boy.
Dump truck.
This is the original.
Okay, what's wrong? Okay.
Is your pain level up?
Oh, look at so sad.
Thank you for wasting my time. Okay. Wherever it originated from, you decide, all right? Plaque Boy Max wasn't having it. Uh-oh. Destiny defends fans joke. Wait, what did I even say?
The stock guy leaks that he heard Tylo in the bathroom threatening to... Alright, nigga. Heard Tylo in the bathroom.
What, is this guy on Windows XP? What are these windows? Like these browser, what the fuck?
Bathroom threatening to... Alright, nigga. Alright, nigga. Cap. That's not even some shit Tylo would say, bro. That's cap. Bro, stop sending these bullshit links, bro. Stop sending these bullshit links, bro.
Okay. Oh god, don't talk. Oh, the Bruce clip.
Like, bro.
Unreal, dude.
Say this as someone who, once again,
literally third most watched streamer in 2025. I won 0 nominations. You know, it was my most impactful year in terms of politics. 0 nominations. If I'm not complaining, why the fuck?
Wait, if I'm not complaining, what?
Fuck is anybody else complaining? What are we doing? What are we fucking doing? You know, calm down. It's ridiculous. And if you're upset about like not being invited or whatever, maybe you should think about how you conduct yourself or how you carry yourself or what your impact is in this space. Okay? You're not complaining because your friend put it on, bro? No, brother, no. Because
True.
I'm seeing it as a positive thing.
You understand that like all of his editors were making those compilations, and literally his podcast co-host is the one who puts on the whole show. But okay, Chief. God, he's such a nepotistic fuck. Oh my God.
Overall, not good to be. It's not good to be totally fucking cut off from the rest of the space. It's my greatest strength, I would say, is that, you know, I have the capacity to socialize with people, unlike many of the other.
You literally don't. You can only socialize when you can blackball people and blacklist people and operate in a space where you're given like free reign over everything. Like he's failed monumentally at socializing outside of like the very narrow space that I carved out for him and that Dan Clancy protects for him now. Like, there's a reason why he hasn't had very much success in making friends or making inroads with almost anybody outside the platform, and even in the platform, as he's lost contact with the older streamers. Like, he's tried and failed miserably to build new bridges with, like, FaZe or other people that nobody likes him. Ugh.
Many of my other counterparts in this sphere, in a way that, like, Asmongold can't, for example, you know?
Like, Asmongold has had way more. Asmongold was literally part of OTK. He's definitely on his own political thing right now, but to say, that's such a weird thing for him to say.
He could. He just he could do it too. It's just his politics are doo-doo.
It's just because he's an antisocial fuck. It's because Asmongold is antisocial as fuck, bro. Oh my God.
Once again.
Wait, let me just do this. Caleb Hammer admits to pedo comments live. Tries to claim he was joking, and it's no big deal. King. What?
They think makes me look like a bad guy. The thing they think bothers me.
Wait, what the fuck am I watching? Did the poster record his stream? A stream of his stream to post on LSF? Wait, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. All right.
The thing that they think makes me look like a bad guy. The thing they think bothers me is when when I make jokes, a bunch of jokes with other people making a bunch of rage baiting jokes in a group chat from like a decade ago, and they think that bothers me in the slightest. A text group chat where everyone's making insane crazy jokes, and then they screenshot just mine. You know, and it's just like, oh, Caleb Hammer bad. It's just like, that has to always be the reality.
Caleb commented that he wanted to stick his in a hole of his. Any hole will do. When the group chat members told Caleb how gross that was, he decided to double down and said he would shove his right down his throat where it belongs.
The thing that they think makes me
down and said he would shove his
I don't know what chat this is from, but okay, I don't care about this. Can you actually post a chat like OP instead of cherry picking quotes so we can see it for ourselves? I don't think I can do that here. Scott Schaffer's video covered the whole thing.
Caleb Hammer might sue me for this video, and that isn't clickbait at all. He's already threatened legal action. Hammer might sue me for this video, and that isn't clickbait at all.
Clickbait? Clickbait? Clickbait?
Wait, what?
He's already threatened legal action against me multiple times before I even released this video, simply for looking into a story he does, and he makes no claim to it being altered in any way. What is disputed about wholeheartedly in his superiority to other people, which is why I believe he enjoys telling people about how wrong they are and need to do everything different with their finances. I share all of this with you to say about their skeletons in his constant death threat. Zeke and others have racial and moral superiority, make him immune to consequences or mistakes. Comments towards others in the group. Following that, he began composing music and even created a YouTube channel that followed his musical endeavors as well. It was around this time that Caleb ended up joining a group known as the Millennium Composers Initiative. This group was created to bring young composers to chat before they saw the image, so pretty much everyone in the group is extremely ticked off that he decided to post this because it was clearly just a joke, and then he decided it would be hilarious to post uncensored adult content in this chat. And you can see several people asking him to remove it, and they removed other people in the group so they wouldn't be subjected to actually seeing this image. And Caleb doesn't really seem, or Superho doesn't really seem like it's a big deal to him. Now, aside from Superho's love of teenage boys and posting inappropriate, unwanted adult content, he also...
Okay, probably not the greatest. Not good, Caleb. But it's 10 years old, okay? He's changed. He's a grown man now. Now he's just a MAGA shit poster.
Arrest me! Help! Help! Yo, help! I'm coming, wait for me! I'm extract! Wait for me, please don't close it! Please don't close it! Please don't close it, bro, please wait! Please wait, bro! Please wait! Please! Please wait!
Game over. Oh, he needs voice lines.
Please wait! I'm extract! Wait for me! Please don't close it! Please don't close it! Please don't close it, bro! Please wait! Please wait, bro! Please wait! Please!
Damn. Wait, does the voice in this game? So I can imagine coding for like a very simple distance-based voice, and then maybe adding like a second effect where like if they're in a room, it gets quieter. Does it add an echo effect as well when he enters in? You hear the music, it's like echoey?
Please don't close it, bro. Please wait. Please wait, bro.
That's kinda...
Please wait. Please.
That's cool. Does he make it?
Please
oh no.
Yo, fuck you, motherfucker. Please come back.
Rep. There's also dynamic music, which you turn on. Well, the thing that sucks is if you're playing a skill-based game or like a PvP game, if the music ever takes away from hearing like a shot or a sound effect, it's not good, right? Theoretically, I guess if they're paying that much attention, they could account for that. Like you have ambient type music or whatever that's only like it's covering different frequency ranges, kind of. I don't know.